Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody, welcome to TFT Tarot for today. Divine Dabblings with
Mr. O.
Oh, look at you, Mr. O, Mr. Beanie O. And me, Banshee. Welcome to the show.
Well, I did have some chili yesterday.
It's chilly today. You know, I didn't think I'd have to bring out this sweatshirt with the way Michigan weather was going until closer to Halloween. But surprise, fall has a way of sneaking up on us around here.
Yeah.
Brr.
Hey.
Uh-oh.
Sunman.
He's like, what?
Okay.
Yeah, you know, there's no way out now.
You startled me.
Oh, boy.
You startled me, boy.
A divine message for your career along with your elder sister's upcoming events, okay? Sure, Sonelli, we'll do that for you. Then we have, let's see. So I've got the list all ready to go. Good to see everybody here today. I'm sure more will be coming. It is Sunday. I expect no less. So,
yeah,
anyway.
I bet it's chilly up there too, Marcia.
Oh, yeah.
Wherever you are in Ontario.
Brr. Well, our thermostat in here actually says it's 70 degrees right now, but boy, it does seem a little nippy. And I know it's cold outside. All right. We haven't turned our heat on yet. I have a feeling by the end of next week, because it's going back up a little this week, but then it's going to get cold. It's going to get cold in earnest, I think. All right. So guess what I have here, Mr. O?
I don't know, what?
I have Stacy DeMarco's Halloween Oracle Guidebook.
All right.
All right. Oh, and look, we have our creepy eyeball back here. Let's see what they have to say today.
Is a good time to run.
Uh-oh. I hope you don't have to run because of your readings today. Hey, Dr. V.
Hi, Dr.
Good to
Victor.
see you. Get you on the list.
All right, so why don't you go over it?
So let me go over the list while we're doing the card for the collective first.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
It's all right. The Halloween Oracle, perfect for this season. Let's see here. I'll let Mr. O draw one for us. Spooky card or what have you. Let's see what we've got here. What do you got?
Trick or treat.
Trick or treat.
Mischief
Hey.
and play.
That's awesome. Mischief and play. Stalking and stomping, eyes shining in begging baskets, faces and bodies that are no longer ours, laughing skeletons and candied caskets. It's such a fun thing, trick or treat. Yet why do we do it? And they go through the history, which I'm not going to read the whole thing here, so we can get right to our readings today. But I will read the divination. Should you receive the trick or treat card in your divination, it may well be a time to examine the role of play and mischief in your own life. You don't have to be a child to let go and have some playtime, and you can extend the fun to others. Sometimes we are afraid to make mistakes, and play is one of the ways to alleviate the pressure we sometimes place on ourselves to get everything perfect every time. Alternatively, it's worth knowing that there is a balance between manipulation and mischief. The former is not pleasant, and the other has, as its core, a sense of irreverent fun. So don't be afraid to have fun. And you're never too old if I haven't proved that already.
Hi, Divine.
Sure, Dr. V, we'll do that for you. And Divine is here. Hey, Divine, good to see you. All right. Okay, Divine, we will do yours at the end, not a problem. So, Sile, you are up first, then Asel, Lena, Marcia, Mila, Sonali, Dr. V, and Divine U. And whoever else comes, we'll put in front of Divine U.
Alrighty.
Okay, so let's see here.
I have the Carmen Music Tarot,
All right.
and that's the Three of Coins. And then I have the Millennium Thoth Tarot, based on the Aleister Crowley one. That's the universe, which of course is the world. And then because we are in Halloween, I have decided to break out my new and somewhat newish Ghost Tarot.
Yay.
The Ghost Tarot. And that's the Eight of Cups.
How did I not get that deck?
And it is relatively new. I think it's 19.
It's hauntingly beautiful.
No, it's older. It's actually 2014.
It's been around. It's been around.
Yeah.
It's hauntingly beautiful.
It is kind of interesting, yes.
I like it. So let's go over the list again. Sile, Asel, Lena, Marcia, Mila, Sonali, Dr. V, and Divine U.
All right.
All right, Sile, go ahead with your question. Oh, I guess I should go over my decks while we're waiting.
Yes.
Of course, you are using the Halloween Lenormand.
Which
and-
is underneath Sunny somewhere.
Oh, that's okay. And I am using the Malefique Lenormand.
Hi, Libra.
Hey, Libra, get you down on the list. All right. And I am using the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot. Is that from the Edgar Allan Poe? That almost looks too not scary.
Show me the back and I'll tell you. It is.
It's the Sun Tarot. The Sun card, which is very nice. Nice friendlier card in that deck.
Certainly for Edgar Allan Poe.
Certainly. And because it's Halloween season and heading towards Christmas, it is the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot. There is the Seven of Needles in that deck by Minerva Siegel. Minerva Siegel really has some very cool artwork and some cool decks, and two are coming out in November. She's coming out with an Alice in Wonderland deck, and she's coming out with a Disney Villains Tarot deck. I am looking forward to them both.
Interesting.
And then we have the Everyday Witch Tarot, Six of Wands in that deck. And finally, we have the Jack-o'-lantern Tarot. Here is the King of Wands in that deck.
Alrighty.
All right. So let's get the show on the road. All right. So did Celia post her question?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Well, let's give Celia just one more moment. Maybe they were just stopping in to say hi.
Who knows? Hello, boy.
I will just try. Oops. Why does it auto-correct me when I'm typing a name? Why?
I have no idea, Banshee.
Oh, yeah, so you'll be right after Sile. Just hang in there. We're giving Sile another moment before we start. So it's Sile, Asel, Lena, Marcia, Mila, Sonali, Dr. V, Divine U, and Libra.
Hi, Gina.
Gina! I don't see your name yet, but if he says you're here, there you are. You're here.
Is it another Pleasant Valley Sunday?
I don't need a TV in every room, I've decided. But of course, if we count all the laptops and the computers we have, we could almost do it, but not quite.
Technically, we have 3 TVs. We have one in there, we have one upstairs in our bedroom, and there is one in the basement, but it's been disconnected for years. It is an older TV. It probably still works, but we're just not using it.
So we never got rid of that one, eh?
There was another one that we did.
That we did.
Our son took.
Right, that was the heaviest one.
Well, no. there was another one that our son took.
Oh, yeah.
And then there was the heaviest one that
Come
our
on.
son helped us drag away.
Sonny just had to say hi and moon everybody. There we
Seeley,
go.
I think, has deserted for
Yeah,
the moment.
Seeley is not here. So, Asel, go ahead with your question.
Right, go ahead, Asel.
And we'll try to fit Seeley in if they should come back. All right, so we'll just move down the list.
Oh my goodness. I think my parents probably had more
Yay.
phones than not, but not in every room.
Even the bathrooms, you know, somebody, I keep thinking somebody we know did that, but we did not do that.
Oh, I know we didn't do that.
You know. I admit 1 or 2 times taking my tablet into the bathroom to keep watching the news, but that doesn't happen very often. What cracks me up is people who have to go into public restrooms and they're sitting in the stall next to you and they're talking on their phone, and I'm just like, come on, guys. Can't we take a break from the phone somewhere?
So that probably explains it then, I think, yeah.
Ah.
Well,
You know, we were debating getting a phone, actually a landline for our business. Because, well, if we're going to do things that will be, you know, in-person things like events, we may need that
Yeah.
to advertise more locally. But we don't want to give out our cell phone numbers, so we're debating still how we want to do that.
you know, after I moved away as a young adult, somewhere in the 80s, my parents just became very trendy and gadget driven, and so they were always buying all the latest cordless phones and things of the day.
Hey, Asel, go ahead. You can type your question. You are up because Seeley is not responding. So we will move on to you.
Yes.
So go ahead, type your question. And then after Asel is Lena. And then Marcia, Mila, Sonali, Dr.
Okay.
V, Divine You, Libra Cusp, and Gina.
Okay, Lena, we have your message too. We will do your reading. Is Lena going to be after Asel?
Yes.
Okay.
I just said that.
Okay, well, I'm reading her question.
I
and
know,
trying-
and I saw it as I was talking, so I assumed you saw that. Okay, heard that. I'm going to take that beanie and flick it off your head, Mr. O.
And then I will do a sign off.
A what?
She was hurting me, honest.
Oh, and if you believe that, boy, Mr. O, you are sneaky. Okay, Asel wants career opportunities. Lena will want a general. So,
Okay.
Asel is first, career opportunities.
Well, hers is a general with, emphasis on money and love.
Yep.
All right. Okay, guys.
All right, let's roll. My deck, I'll start with the jack-o'-lantern then.
Of course.
Of course. And there goes Sonny, soon to return.
Soon to return.
Will he come up your way or will he come up mine?
Should we ask the magic board?
Yeah, go ahead.
Will he come up your way or my way?
You will make a wise choice.
That means Sonny will make a wise choice.
He knows I'm the weak one.
Well, he's got all this room here, so the wisest choice would
He
be
wants
for him to
the
come
challenge
up here.
of invading my space.
Here you go, Mr. O.
Why, thank you.
All right, so let's check what's going on with career opportunities for Asel. The candy corn is back. Okay, what horrible thing did we see today? What horrible thing with candy corn did we see today?
Oh my goodness.
Somebody has made a bratwurst with candy corn in it.
It's so gross.
I'm not going there.
You know, it's the sausage thing because, of course, the sausage goes in, skins. And so it's once you grind it all up.
I
And
just can't fathom why anybody would even want to do that. All right. All right. So the first card's the King of Cups reversed. The second card is the Moon reversed. Oh, man. And the third card is the Three of Pentacles reversed. Well, career opportunities are not looking promising right now, so I do feel like something is going to be revealed to you soon. That Moon is reversed. What do you think?
I think that's true. I think you may find that maybe there's somebody in that area that would be possibly a person who could promote you or something like that. May just not be as kindly disposed towards you, and you're going to realize that. It is possible, too, that maybe this person sort of downrates you or is overly critical of the work you do, or that may be a factor in you getting a promotion. I guess from the overall sense of it, I'm wondering if maybe you're not really suited for a career you might be going for, and maybe you might want to rethink where some of your options are.
Right. Either you want to maybe hone, sharpen some of your talents or skills, maybe to get more, training or education might be in order here. The other thing is, I want to caution you too, though, this might also be saying that, regardless of the fact that things have not been working out, don't get too down on yourself at this time. Don't give up, and just because you may not be getting the recognition, i.e., maybe the job offers that you were expecting, don't let that stop you, because I really feel something at some point might open up here. Seeing the Moon reversed makes me feel a slight glimmer of hope. But there's not a lot here that's showing me anything is happening in the immediate future.
When I think of what your question says, then I look at that reverse Three of Pentacles, and I wonder if that's suggesting that being in a lesser skilled area, like not being in a skilled trade, being more of an entry level, is where you're going to look to first for a career opportunity.
Well,
but
or a job.
You're right.
Yeah.
But I still feel that some of the other stuff applies, that there just may be a certain amount of positioning against you by certain people who maybe are already working with you in the environment.
Well, Mr. O raises a really good observation here, because it could be that maybe what's coming your way sooner than later is something that really doesn't take advantage of, all of your skills and abilities. And you aren't getting the satisfaction out of it you need to. But that maybe it's just a job, And so there might be something that you might be thinking about taking in the near future just for the money, just to have something right now. But I would consider it at best a stepping stone. It's not where you're going to wind up permanently. That's a really good observation you made there. And I saw it as soon as you said it. I'm like, yeah, I can see that.
Sometimes it takes a moment to just state.
It does. And that's why your tarot readers can sometimes be better than one. Sometimes. Except when we're going totally against each other.
That sounds like a real drag, Mama T. Okay, so our Lenormand shows the house and the sun. So maybe despite some of these things, there is some sort of sense of something coming to you eventually. I'm wondering if maybe it's an opportunity to work from home too.
That's what I immediately thought.
Where maybe, having a particular skill set isn't the necessary idea there. Because you're doing something, and maybe I get the feeling like it could be online kind of thing, working from home online perhaps, or in connection with that? I don't
There's
know.
definitely some success for you at home right
Hi,
now.
Jennifer.
And so I wonder if even if just for the interim you find something where you can work out of your home, you can make a little money, and you can feel a little bit more secure. So that seems to be the most probable thing we see right now, Estelle. I wish you luck with that, however it turns out. Right. Hi, January girl. Good to see you. I'm Mama T. Sorry you're having issues at the shopping. We have noticed that the store shelves are getting, if not
Well,
bare.
she's stuck in a checkout line.
Right. Well, also, because I feel like a lot of people are shopping or they're buying stuff, and it is, they're not restocking fast. That's really what's going on. We've noticed it too. Some of our cat's cat food
Angel, hi, Angel.
we can't find anymore on the shelves. Angel Rivera, good to see you. And hey, all right, I'm going to go through the list.
Okay, Lena.
Lena, you are up, so we're going to do general, and I believe it's Mr. O's deck. General with an emphasis on money or love to see if anything's there. And after Lena is going to be Marcia, Mila, Sonali, Dr. V,
Edgar.
Divine U, Libra Cusp.
Well,
Divine U's
you
at
may
the end.
pitch downward.
Hold on, Sonali, Dr. V, Libra Cusp, Gina, January Girl, Angel Rivera, and then Divine U. Divine U wants to be at the bottom, in case they have to go back and watch it, is my guess.
Alrighty. So, Lena.
Well, I don't know if people are just buying because they're afraid of all this, these stalled ships, whatever. I can't believe everybody thinks we're shutting down again, because that doesn't seem to be happening. So it must be because of the supply thing. Everybody's nervous, or they're worried about price increases, which is a real fear, because that's been happening. But yeah, it's just very crazy right now.
Apony, when did you show up?
Hey!
Yes, I agree
it's
with
the cargo ships, absolutely.
And thanks, Angel. That'll be helpful.
Yeah, my son keeps cautioning me that we need to stock up crazy. I don't know, I guess we'll do a bigger shopping trip once the first of the month rolls around. But I'm not in a hurry. I just don't feel it. I think certain things have definitely been low, especially where the cats are concerned, which is really weird to me. There's this one cat food we like to get that's kind of a weight control and a hairball medicine, and I can never find that one. And I got the last bag on the shelves at the last store I checked, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
It could be really not great times as we move into the fall and the winter.
And what's Mr. O's favorite supply to have on hand?
Toilet paper.
He will buy and buy. Not fill a cart up with it like people do, but literally, even if we need it or not, every time we shop,
I just think it's one of those things we should always grab
toilet paper in
one.
the basket.
Every single time we go. Just grab one. Grab one.
So, we don't hoard like that where we fill our cart with it, but still.
Yeah, I'm not a hoarder that way.
No.
Nope.
All right. Okay, Lena. That's a Seven of Pentacles reversed.
Whoops.
Oh. We have the Prince of Pentacles reversed. Then we have the Star upright. Well, it may be saying right now, Lena, this is really definitely as far as, say, job and money goes more than relationship. I don't see a relationship. I think one of the last readings we had for you, I did see something. Was it you? Maybe it was you. Maybe it was somebody else, actually. Never mind. But I do see here that there's something moving financially. It's slow. It's slow. And
but it's about to maybe pick up a little bit,
well,
but
I
only
think it's
because
up to you.
Only because of your actions, right?
Right. You're going to have to put some effort into really trying to get, a job. That's,
it may be, though, that this won't be real hard because maybe you'll be inspired by something.
well, I'm saying that I think even though financial conditions seem to be in flux right now, and that's really what that Prince of Pentacles reversed
Right,
is.
he's the knight.
Things, oh, is it? Oh, it's
Yeah,
it's the night. That's what I actually was reading it that way.
Okay, I figured
I
you were,
actually
yeah.
was coming or
He's-
going. So it's kind of in flux right now. Things are a little unstable with the Prince reversed, but it's indicating the star is here, and I think there's hope that something is going to break for you, but it's going to come through your own searching, your own efforts.
So, right, I'm not getting any kind of bead on possible romantic things, so I think we'll just see if that shows up in the Lenormand. It's nice to have you guys all hanging out
It's
with
true,
us.
using less. That's a very good point, Gina.
Wait, I'm putting on my Yoda cap. There is no less. Or something like that.
Okay.
Never mind. Okay.
The key. What's the key?
So we have the key and the Headless Horseman, and that's...
Wow, the key is getting yourself out there. Again, the key is making moves. If you want something to happen career-wise or job-wise or financially, it's up to you to push it forward. I think this goes really well with that Seven of Pentacles.
What is this one
there.
actually, though?
It's with numbers on it.
1?
Yeah,
So it's the rider.
right.
Okay. Sorry.
That's okay. I figured with the horse you'd get it because they usually have
So
a
it may
horse.
be that the solution to at least that part of the equation, if not maybe what you're also looking for in love, is coming to you, or at least it's that solution is coming to you. The idea of understanding what you can do to either, affect changes for your career or possibly romantic attention.
Lena, we're doing the reading right now. Yeah, we're almost finished with it. So
Yeah, we're pretty much done.
Yeah, we're pretty much done. So you could go back and take a look at this.
We just finished it just
It's
now.
definitely more career oriented. So it's just giving you some advice on what you need to do. So go ahead and check that out. But I say get yourself out there, get as many resumes, try for jobs everywhere, and get yourself out there and get to work. Get to work. That's what we have for you. Good luck with that.
Why, thank you.
You're welcome. All right,
Alrighty.
moving on. Hey, Marcia, you are up. And after Marcia is Mila, Sonali, Dr. V, Libra Cusp, Gina, January Girl, Angel Rivera, and Divine You.
Well, this week, Gina, I'm at the virtual Parliament of the World's Religions. It's kind of a big worldwide event. There's 4,000 people registered. The opening ceremonies last night had a lot of people from various other faith traditions that we don't always hear from. The Tao, Buddhic Dharma prayers, Jain prayers, as well as a message from the Pope that came from his emissary, where he reiterated the messages of the Sixth Encyclical, which was about respecting nature. And I just think it was very interesting to get that perspective that, yes, a lot of people in the world don't have as much as privileged Americans or people in other parts of the world. And so it's just a good, wake up to notice what people can do with what they have. That's all.
It's a fascinating gathering. What was I going to say? There was something I was just going to say, though.
There's Marcia.
I know, I've got Marcia's question. I can't remember. Oh, now that we have a lot of people here, I just want to remind everybody that we are not doing happy hour next Saturday because we will be at the Detroit Witches Ball doing readings there. So there will be no happy hour next Saturday. Sorry for that. But we've got places to go and people to read for there.
We're going to fit you in, Mama T. I don't know when. We might get to you before you get through that line.
Put you on the list, but I believe, did Mama T came in after Angel, I believe, right?
I don't remember exactly.
I think so.
I like the Halloween stuff, Libra.
We'll read for you, Mama T, don't worry. Well, thank you. We hope so,
Angel.
too.
Yep. We always enjoyed what we did with people when we read before. We read for years publicly at various events. Not constantly, just a few events a year. But now we're reading as a team, so it should be different because...
It's going to be definitely different.
Well, it's an audience, too, that maybe hasn't really seen us doing this yet, so...
That's right.
Maybe we'll bomb.
No, we won't. All right.
More creepy stuff from Libra. Yay! Thank you.
So what's going on? Wow, this is going to be an interesting one. So we have the 8. We have 2 8s in this reading. One is reversed. We have the 8 of Pentacles reversed. And then we have the 2 of Needles, which is the 2 of Swords upright. And then we have the 8 of Potions, which is the 8 of Cups upright. Well, this is really interesting. This is about him, and it says, haven't seen him for 2 weeks. He has been at the casino lots, just haven't seen him. Well, I don't know. Is he looking for other work, perhaps? I don't know why. When I saw that 8 reverse there, I thought possibly. Or is he just slacking off? Maybe he's just...
He seems to be off his game, whatever that game is.
Right.
And if we assume the game is trying to con people, he seems to be off his game. It feels like maybe there's, and it's 2 8s, so that's interesting too, the 2 8s.
And the 2 is between them. This is what makes this reading really interesting to me.
Okay.
Because the 2 of Swords is about, I'm kind of stuck in place here. I don't know which way to go, what decision I should make.
I don't have enough information.
What my next move should be. And then it's between this card and it's between that card. So should I continue fumbling along and make a mess of everything?
Or really change?
Or should I change? Maybe Arthur's at a crossroads right now and he's trying to think about what his next move should be.
Well, the work he's doing, I suggest, is the con games he plays with you or other people. So I didn't mean a job per se.
He doesn't work. Okay, right.
I knew that, and I didn't believe. I'm talking about what he's doing in the casinos and his other games as work for him. But I sort of feel like there is this idea that maybe he sort of feels the game is up in a way, or that he has to make a change. And I just want you to remember that no matter how crappy we Scorpios can be, mean to people, mean to ourselves, we have a great ability to change and transform, even if it's not always about becoming the totally better person. But we can make changes. We do make changes.
The other thing that this could mean, Marcia, which is really interesting to me, is that he realizes that things are a mess for him right now. And it's possible he realizes there's no way to fix this. And so he's contemplating what to do next. And it might be that maybe he's moving on.
Or he's certainly not trying to be in your realm anymore. So that's why he's there, but you're not able to see him. He's staying out of your path in a way.
He's possibly realizing, I have to move on. There's no going back. Maybe he's finally getting that message. I mean, that's another possibility here.
Hi, Jetsia.
Hey, Jetsia.
And I just want you to know, we don't like trills. Is that right? Trills? Trilobites? No, I'm kidding. I know you're named after a character that was a trill.
Oh, you're silly.
Right? Maybe you can explain it more to Banshee, because she doesn't remember. It was a Star Trek thing.
Oh, okay.
Remember Dax, the character who had a trill?
Oh,
and then,
okay.
And then Jetsia was the one who assumed that.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
How dare you say I didn't remember that? It did sound familiar, but as soon as you said it, I'm like, oh, yeah.
Okay, so let's do the Lenormand then, too.
Let's do the Lenormand. Is it? Oh, it is mine.
Yes.
I'm sorry. All right, so Jadzia's here. Thank you for coming and stopping in. We'll get you on our list,
too.
but we do have a list,
got her. Good.
and I'll go over the list in just a moment.
Okay, so let's see if maybe the answer to that other thought there, Marcia, is in our Lenormand.
What was that? Oh, if he's still with the coworker. Well,
Right.
I
Maybe
don't
this will tell us that.
know. I'm not getting a clear bead there, but guess what? I think that ship is sailing.
Ooh, the ship is sailing. Oh, dear. It always talks about movement, a moving away.
And look, there's the stars to navigate. You know what?
Uh-oh.
I know, I have this awful thing to say here,
He's
Marcia.
got it. Somebody new to fixate on. Bam.
I think he's recognized that there's plenty of other, shall we say,
Stars in the
fish
sky.
or ships in the sea.
Stars in the sky.
Stars in the sky. And so he's setting his sights on moving on. I'm wondering, because we have the ship here and we have that 8 of Cups. And the 8 of Cups is usually somebody with their turning their back on the cups and moving on.
Right. So I think that's what it is. I mean, it's always possible he still may surface, another naval term, in either your or your coworkers' lives or at the casino in general. But I think he's setting his sights on something different.
That's what we have. Hey, good luck with that.
Oh, that would be so sweet. If you guys do that, you'll have to let us know.
Oh, that's right, because you guys live in the same state. That's right. That would be so awesome. Wow, people coming together because of our show. That's awesome. That's what I like to see.
We'll have a virtual coffee with you guys.
By the way, our buddy Angel Rivera on here has got his own channel now on
Yes.
YouTube. Check it out sometime. And he does tarot decks and
Right.
probably book reviews and things that librarians like to do.
And we watched his 13 decks for Halloween, which was really nice.
Yeah.
I was surprised that we actually didn't have a couple of those. So kind of interesting. Now we can look for trying to get a hold of them possibly.
All right. So, hey, Mila, you are up. And then Sonali, Dr. V, Libra Cusp, Gina, January Girl, Angel Rivera, Mama T, Isabel, and Jadzia.
All right.
Man, I hope to do
We
more
look forward
reviewing.
to those. Yep.
We are going to do an unboxing soon, too, of the new decks we got from MJ Cullinan.
Oh, yes.
Which are really cool.
Beautiful.
One is they're both kind of womanocentric in
Yeah.
a way. This one that we thought was based on Swedish mythology, not so sure. There's an influence there, but there's something else going on. And it's a cool deck, I will say, but it's very, very female-oriented in a lot of ways. And then I got this Oracle deck that is definitely womanocentric. It's called Roar, and it's kind of deck I like to get once in a while that uses people as an oracle. So I think it's really cool, and I like it.
Thank you, Marcia, and we hope the best for you too.
Good luck with that. All right, so did Mila post a question? Go ahead
I don't
and
believe
post,
so,
Mila.
Amelia. All right. So it's my deck again too, right?
It sure is.
Okay, so I guess I will move on to the Karma Tarot. We're going to give Amelia another moment, I guess. So while we're waiting, I'm going to mention, of course, that I'm still doing Halloweenish kind of stuff on Goth Tarot, pulling an additional card each week. Oh, look at that. How did I get that there? I don't even remember that. Oh, somebody just subscribed.
Yay!
Thank you. Hey, that's so
Jarcia,
cool.
thank
It showed up in
you.
OBS.
Yes, how did that happen?
Oh.
Yeah, we actually saw our bell and whistle for subscribers. So why isn't it coming up for donations?
You know, it did come up. I don't know. I don't know.
Because Laura donated, so maybe Laura donated the other way last time.
Right. They have to
Yeah.
use specifically the Streamlabs app, but we were under the impression that some little widgets that show up like that. Oh God, I have to put on the camera again, right? God, I'm so
That's all
out
right.
of it. There we are. I'm here. Look at me. I'm here.
Well, thank you for subscribing.
Thank
We
you
really
for subscribing.
appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
We've been trying to get to 300. And
We just can't seem to get there.
We got ourselves up to 296. Then it went down, and then it went up again, and
then it
then
went
it
down
stayed
again.
at 295, and now it was down to 293 until you subscribed. So thank you. We just can't figure it out. People just come and go, and it's kind of crazy.
Well, technically, I believe our producer, Monster Hunter, would say that the Streamlab apps, which he helped put in, should still work in OBS rather than only working in Streamlab OBS. I don't understand.
So we didn't get a question from Mila. Mila might be gone.
No, we're going to move on, I think,
right.
then. Keep our momentum, or what we
All
have
right,
of
so Sonali, you are up, and I think Sonali did post a question,
Right.
so I'll look for that. And
It
then
wa-
Dr. V, Dr. V, Libra, Cusp, Gina, January Girl, Angel Rivera, Mama T, Isabel, Jadzia, and Divine You.
it. All right.
All right.
So it was a career and then maybe something about her older sister, right?
Yes, let me go back. I've got it. It was pretty close to the beginning there. Hang on. There it is. Reading on Divine Message for my career and elder sister's upcoming events. That's vague, so we'll
Jadzia.
see what what comes up there.
Thank you very much, Jadzia. We like you too. We like everybody that likes us.
Aw. Appreciate you.
Alrighty.
This monster deck. It's a big deck, Mr. O. I like it and all. Don't make me pull out the Hip Chick Tarot.
If you wish, as long as you don't mind doing that, I don't care.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's fine. Thanks for asking. But you could have done it probably.
Hey, just seeing people wanting to come together, we're all in.
And I like that idea of if you do it on a Saturday, maybe it'll be during a happy hour.
Oh, but then you have to turn on happy hour wherever you are.
Well, they'll be in a coffee shop, so I think that'll
Right.
probably work.
Of course, can't be next week.
No, not
happy
next
hour
week.
next week. All right.
Alrighty. Okay, this is Sonali.
The sweater and hat look great, Mr. O.
Why, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I need it today. It's cool. Okay, we have for Sonali the
Awesome.
upright Ace of Coins.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, especially because she asked about business, career things. Then we have a King of Swords. They're reversed. And then we have the Six of Coins, and that's upright. And this one, I think, was it health related with her sister?
No, it just said about events. It was about events.
Okay, well, I think this is talking about the sister regardless, and I think this is saying success.
Elder sister's upcoming events.
I think this is saying success, and I think this is also still inadvertently somehow talking about giving back in a way, or feeling strength in what you want to share with others, feeling, how that impacts others and feeling good about that. I think the Ace of Coins is self-explaining. There is something going to begin that will probably help you materially have a sense of security. The thing that does trouble me is the King of Swords. This could indicate that maybe you're a little bit not sure yourself. You're a little bit lacking a confidence about maybe boldly striking out. So I just want to take a moment to tell you, to try to just settle into that and maybe, find your way towards making the right decisions that help that.
Well, Well, this is a tough one because there are disparate questions here, and I'm not sure I can read both of them in these cards. I'm seeing this more for Sinelli and the job thing, and I feel like something new very much could be coming to you, or if it's not something new and you are secure where you are at, Sinelli, this could be a promotion, this could be more responsibility, more growth on your job. I feel like something new and is coming, and that there's going to be a really healthy balance in your life finally, financially here. It's sort of like maybe you've had some problems here with balancing, your books, balancing things out, and it's been really hard to make decisions that, because, do you pay this and let this go? Do you, it's almost as if you had to really figure out how to juggle things, and it hasn't always been successful. But I feel here that balance might return. So I think this is very, very positive. That in this case, it looks as though what's coming out, you have enough, you're bringing in enough income for what you have to pay out. So I feel like there's an evener flow happening here when all is said and done.
I like both our interpretations. I think I just felt this one, when I pulled it out, it just felt to me like it might be more about her sister.
No, I know. And I just thought to myself, I couldn't see it. So now if I looked at those three cards just with your sister and those events in mind, whatever those events are, I feel here that this could be a very prosperous beginning for your sister, or this could indicate the return of health, good health, and well-being. This is a very positive card here. But what I do feel here is when I'm looking at the combination of these two cards, I'm just saying here, she's got to make sure that she maintains a healthy balance in her life, that she is not giving more than what she's getting out of this situation. Like, for example, if this is a marriage or something like that, there's an even give and take between her and her partner. If this is about a job or work, the same thing. Make sure that, that what you're doing here is really, you're getting out of it what you're putting into it, basically. But I sense there's a fresh new start for her here somewhere.
Okay, let's do the Lenormand. And I'm also wondering, too, if this card might be...
You're Lenormand, sir.
Oh, you're right. It is mine.
Yep. We drink soda on occasion now. I will drink it once in a while. But for the we used to drink it constantly. I mean, was there ever a time when we were younger that soda was not in our fridge? But we have given it up. Kidney stones taught me that.
Okay, coffin.
Yep.
And vampire, which is the fox, right? No, it isn't the fox. It's the snake. The snake.
In this deck.
Okay, so the snake.
All right.
And the coffin.
What could this mean? Maybe the end to something that was, deceptive or just didn't suit you right. I think something is coming to an end in order for this new beginning to happen.
Right. It may be passing trouble in the way of somebody who you felt was really purposely being deceptive, and maybe you've decided to terminate, that relationship or to move yourself away from them.
I don't know if this is in a relationship or if this is
No, I think it's related to possible business.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's a relationship. I'm wondering if, is it possible that your sister is also possibly having a surgery or thinking of surgery? I'm getting that from that.
Well, and I can see it with the snake, too, that, there could be some surgical procedure, but I feel like that it's going to resolve, whatever this is, will resolve itself. It's coming to an end.
Yeah.
So I feel positive about that in some way. I thought maybe you were thinking of surgery because that's what that card looks like.
No, I'm actually
this
getting it
deck.
from that Dr. Lee, King of Swords.
Well,
And January Girl, I don't know that if that's for everybody, but I guess it is one of those things that could more often happen for some folks.
I think it does because there's I have read an association with that before, and also I think part of the other thing is we drink more soda at the expense of drinking water, which is what our kidneys really need, So I feel like we were substituting soda for water, and it really had an adverse effect on me. Particularly, say, if we went and worked out hard, and I drink water at the health club. I don't drink pop, but when we used to work out hard, and if we would stop and grab a bite after, or just stop, or even at home, what would I do? Drink soda. And I think maybe some of that was not very wise, and I have just noticed I've not had a single kidney problem since I stopped the soda.
Gina has the mark on that. It is the sodium.
Oh, yes. Very good.
And now,
Gina.
because we rarely drink it, that especially on diet, but sometimes regular pop, I can actually taste the sodium now because my taste buds have kind of moved back to normal. It's like I take a sip like, sodium. So that sort of self-limits me, so I won't drink a whole lot of it,
Now, there were a couple pops that they said actually do a little bit to break up kidney stones because of something they have in it. Calcium citrate, I think, or something like that. I forget what it is. But it's like ginger ale has it, and citrusy kind of drinks like 7-Up and what's the other one? Sierra Mist. But I pretty much don't drink
Sprite?
any. Sprite. And so, if I drink pop, I tend to go that way now if I do it, but we rarely drink pop.
It's definitely good to avoid colas, and I was a big cola fan for years when we were doing all this stuff. And one of the reasons I ended up also we just downsized was because cola just stopped really tasting good, and I did move to more fruity flavors or lemon
Jenna.
flavors. But now I'm, pretty much like her. It's only occasional that we have it. Hi, Jenna.
Yes, we saw that. Can't wait to see how all the companies are going to respond.
Yes, you can be added. Don't worry, we got you there.
All right, so we have finished with Sonali. That was your reading, Sonali. Good luck with that. Dr. V is up. Dr. V just wanted a general reading, I
Right,
believe,
okay,
right?
so that's going to be your cards.
And then we have Libra Cusp, Gina, January Girl, Angel Rivera, Mama T, Isabel, Jadzia, and Jenna. All right, let's roll. So it's me. Yep. And grab this one. Got it. Oh, and Divine You is last, if I didn't say that.
Mm-hmm. I think Angel said he was also good with just watching us.
Oh, okay.
So
all right.
we can always ask him
We'll
later.
ask when we get there.
Oh.
I didn't put Apple and Eve on the list either. Did Apple and Eve want a reading? You still with
She
us?
said
or are you
no.
watching?
She said she was watching too.
Okay.
So we can always mention it again. Thank you, Angel.
All right. I'll just block you off right now so that we know. There we go.
Oh, you're welcome. That's right. So check out Jenna for some oils.
Yes, lavender coconut oil.
Awesome. Good luck.
Congrats on getting that out, Jenna.
Alrighty.
And you don't have to thank us for retweeting. I do try. I can't catch everybody all the time. Twitter's such a fickle.
Oh, look, Mama Teresa has just
Mama
donated.
T!
Thank you, Mama T.
Look, it came up.
Awesome. Makes
gosh.
everybody want to give us money, eh?
I'm so glad those are working. They're so cute.
Bells and whistles. Gee, maybe I could add Moki the cat.
You maybe can now. I don't know, but I think Moki works when you're monetized on YouTube. I could be wrong, so maybe you want.
There's a little avatar pet that a company that I bought a few little glitchy things from called Moki the cat. And apparently he responds, you can program him to respond to what people say in the chat. Now, wouldn't that be awesome? You could say, oh, Jenna, blah, 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 or whatever it is.
But anyway, it is hard, like I said, with Twitter to keep up with what everybody's doing all the time. But I do try, and I will retweet people, because it's all about sharing information. That's what I'm about.
You shuffled already, right?
I did.
So it would be really nice to have more little widgets show up. So we got to keep working on that.
Yep. All right. Uh-oh.
All right, what do you got?
Well, I'm sure you'll work it out and tweak it, Jenna.
Yeah. Okay, Dr. Victor.
Dr. V, you start with the Fool, which is a great way to start a reading. And then we have the Six of Swords. It looks like you are on the move.
Well, both of these cards are definitely positive movement.
Well, guess what else, Mr. O?
Uh-oh.
We have the Eight of Swords reversed.
Okay, and that's also, once again, movement.
In a sense. So you are busting loose, Dr. V. It looks as though you're ready to take a leap of faith of some sort here. Make a move, take a risk, take a gamble. It's all going to be worth it in the end. It looks like it's a move to, that's the Six of Swords, right? It's a move to a better place, whether this is job-wise, career-wise, relationship-wise, whatever the case may be, or even like a physical move somewhere. This looks very, very positive. And it shows you having the courage to make, possibly a tough decision, or just a decision to take this risk and trust yourself to do it.
These are magnificent cards that all say nearly the same thing, or to different degrees, Dr. Victor. And this one is especially interesting to me because it's like what Banshee said. It's really like you sort of saying, I don't need this. I can figure it out. And, like if there was some sort of limitation, it may have been really more in your head that you let that be there. Maybe not. I mean, whatever it was, you sort of found a way about it. And mostly I think it was from following your own instinct, because that's what the Fool is really about just sort of knowing this is the way to do it. But also, too, clearly, the Six of Swords really says there's something you see further ahead and you want to move that direction.
I'm just reading some of Gina's fascinating stuff here. Eat your calories instead of drinking them. Good point there.
Yeah.
Oh, good points. Oh, wow. Nice active chat today.
So no booze, eh? Alcohol has a lot of calories, I understand.
Well, yes, it does. Yes, it does. But I do plan on having some Fireball and cider for the Halloween fall season. Probably closer to Thanksgiving.
Join you too.
Probably closer to our anniversary.
Oh, for sure. So let's pull the Malefique.
Malefique. Good reading, Dr. V. You are on the move in some area of your life, and it is to a better place. Trust yourself.
Generally you have some cards that have some mixed things here.
Yeah.
These are all like vroom, moving ahead. So I think that's wonderful.
Well, let's see if the Lenormand can screw that up or back that up.
Hush your mouth, girl. No, maybe not.
Wow, talk about the ambiguities. Okay, so we have the house here. And we have the tower. So are you thinking of working from home? I have no idea. But so this is really confusing to me because I wonder here if it's saying, are you thinking of moving because of work? That's another thing that I'm thinking of, is that maybe you're thinking of making a move because of a job. Either you made enough money now that you're looking for another place, or you have to move because of a job.
I actually do think it was what you first said. I actually wonder if some sort of position or change in the job will allow you more to incorporate what your business is from home or from remote in some way. But I could see where those other things might be possible too. So
interesting about that. Snacking is usually, well, I can't say I do that much, but maybe, especially at parties and stuff, for sure. That's where I'm really guilty of snacking standing up.
right, because that's how they're designed.
'Cause there's a buffet
you're
or whatever,
walking around and mingling,
yeah. So you have a little plate of something. Good point there, too. Yeah. All right, so we're moving on. We got Dr. V done. We're going to Libra cusp. Hey, Libra, you are up. And then after Libra is Gina, January girl, Mama T, Isabel, Jadzia, Jenna, and Divine You. Oh, grab my cards back. It'll be your deck, Mr. O.
She's a Wonder Woman. That cheesy TV show from the 70s.
Well, I have a great deal of respect for fitness trainers. You sound like you know your nutritional stuff, and our previous trainer did too.
We worked with her for 6 years, and we missed not having her anymore.
We got to see her recently when she was at
her new antique shop.
This antique shop she's working out of.
She almost became a bigger part of our lives for 6 years than most of our friends.
I know, because she...
We saw her every week.
She's really changed my world, I have to say.
And once in a while she shows up here and asks us for a reading. It's been a while, but we love her.
I owe her a debt of gratitude.
Yep.
I can't repay.
So smart.
All right, so waiting on Libra.
General reading.
All right, okay.
I'm going to go ahead and break out the Ghost Tarot. First time today.
That's scary, Mr. O.
Ooh, that's scatty. I sound like Count Floyd or Count Scatty.
Don't forget, every Wednesday on Twitter and Facebook, we're posting Halloween haiku for the month of October. And, of course, it'll be ending on Halloween with maybe a bang. I don't know yet. We'll see.
Hopefully this will work out. I think one of the bad cards is mixed in here.
Oh, that's okay. Well, you just do the one after it.
Exactly.
No big deal.
I found one.
Did you?
The other one might not be in there, so we'll see.
It might be. It's happened to me.
Yes, it has. Both of us. TV's bad for that. That's one of my downfalls. But you know what? Guys are so much luckier than women. It's just an accident in nature, but a lot of guys just lose weight by thinking about it. That's me. Like, I just don't even think about it.
I don't know where he puts the candy he eats. I'm just saying.
I'm fortunate to be almost 66 and still have a pretty good metabolism. I burn off quite a bit. And it's funny because for the last 16, 18 months, I have not been exercising at my usual rate due to everything that happened. What I'm doing. Okay, so Libra, we have the reverse tower. And then we have the reversed hermit.
More muscle mass, that's what it is.
You're right, because once you have muscle mass, then you automatically burn more. And I do have muscle mass.
Oh, the tower reversed.
Yeah, it's really weird because we have all the hermit reversed. We have all major arcana, and then we have the Hierophant, and that one is upright. And I like the nice colors. Naturally, it's a ghost tarot, so every figure is kind of ghostly related. I'm wondering if this is a time where you may feel a sense of dreariness, of hopelessness that you should not. But maybe it's just, memories or some lingering feelings from other situations. You may be questioning whether you should be more aloof at this time or whether you should project outwards your energy. But you also may feeling too a little bit shy or gun shy about making certain choices. You may sort of feel like there are lessons that maybe are too harsh or painful for you to want to have to learn.
It did, Mama T. It did. You just saw it now? Yes. Pretty awesome. Thank you.
You're on a good delay, I guess, eh? But yeah, we saw that, so that was
We
pretty
saw
cool.
it already. I was pretty amazed. All right, so this is interesting. Libra.
Were you catching what I said?
I missed the last part of it because I was looking at Mama T's message.
Well, I feel like this one really talks about the idea that maybe you're actually kind of shy, gun shy, a little bit overly cautious about having to learn certain lessons because you know how hard they're going to be, how painful, and how maybe you won't learn what you need to learn, or you fear that you won't learn what you need to learn.
Well, as usual, I have a slightly different spin on these cards, but not that far off. I think when I see this Tower reversed here, and I'm seeing the Hierophant, I'm wondering here, upright, if, maybe you've been feeling, you finally are realizing, coming to the realization that some things in your life have become repeating patterns for you, and they're not necessarily positive patterns. And the Hierophant is saying to me that it is time for you to finally put a little bit more, to structure your life more, to pull yourself out of this cycle and come up with a better structure for your life right now. You may have to discipline yourself more in some area of your life so that you are not repeating the same patterns over and over again. You're not seeing the same things happen to you time and time again.
And it occurs to me that I actually didn't comment on the Hierophant.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to say that I mostly agree with Banshee on that. That one is definitely what I'm feeling there too, that what the near future tells you is that as fall descends, you're going to want to re-examine, pull in some things, and maybe reorder aspects of your life, whether they're the physical aspects, how you've arranged things for your material convenience or otherwise, or whether it's really more abstract mental things, constructs within yourself, the philosophies you want to understand and relate to more.
Hey, Sile, I'll tell you what we're going to do, because, you missed your turn long ago. Divine You wants to be the last reading we do for the day, so we will do yours before we do Divine You's. So you'll be the second from the last reading if you want to go back and watch it later, okay?
So that'll be close to about an hour from now. And now we're having a problem with our computer attendant.
Hang on a second. I have to take care of something here.
Well, meanwhile...
I just did. Okay. Good grief.
Next Sunday, or Saturday rather, in the evening, we're going to post our monthly modality message as we move into the Scorpio season. And we're back, right?
Yes, we're back. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay,
So that's good for you? Okay.
So anyway, that's what I saw here. Let's do your... Did you do the Lenormand?
No, I didn't
okay,
yet.
Let's
Here we
do
go.
that. I'm going to see what else. But yeah, I feel like if you feel
Thank
like...
you.
Like you said something about heavy heart here. Is it because you feel like maybe the same bad events keep repeating themselves, or, the same bad luck or whatever? It's because you have to restructure and reorganize and rethink, your life. But I mean, I feel with the Hierophant upright, this isn't about doing anything too out there. This is about really just doing something, taking a more conservative approach on things.
So in the Lenormand, we have the clock tower, which is the tower. And then we have the gate, which is the park.
The
Park?
mountain
No.
gate,
The mountain.
I believe it's the mountains.
The mountain.
I want to double check that. 21. We've been there before.
I want the
Yes,
chips
it's
too,
the
Izzy.
mountain. It's the mountain because the creepy trail is the trail and the fountain is 20.
Okay.
Garden.
So we have the tower and we have the mountain. And I believe this may be saying that you may be really thinking about where you fit into everything, but especially, maybe the more material aspects of life, like maybe your job, what you do. It may feel that sometimes the struggles there may want you to consider what truly are your options.
You feel blocked in some way. Sometimes the tower can be a card of loneliness or isolation. So I don't know if right now you're feeling the effects of feeling isolated from others or something like that, detached. It's hard breaking that right now, that cycle or that feeling. If this is about job or work, by chance, it could also mean that there are obstacles there as well for you pursuing, a job right now. It just seems like it's a struggle, if that's what this is about as well.
And though they don't mean the same between the Tarot and the Lenormand, you do have two towers.
Yes.
So I think that's interesting, and I think that still supposes that the idea is really very internal. Towers have such symbolic things due to stories or legends, the thing that's up in the tower that we have to find, the quest. So I think this is really talking about how you see what's really important, like I said a moment ago, and maybe see where your options are.
And that's true because the two towers here, this could just also indicate to me with the mountains here that that's the obstacle, is to stop repeating these patterns, Stop repeating these patterns or you're going to continue to be blocked. You need to find a new structure and order in your life. Bring order to your universe.
My last thought on the Hermit reverse could just also be saying too that this isn't something necessarily you can do on your own or within yourself, that although there's a lot of self-searching there, this will also be bigger than yourself, and that there will be allies, whether they're the signs you see or whether they're the people around you who can help you.
That's what we have for you, Libra. Good luck with that. And those are all yours. You can take them down, take them away, Mr. O.
They are.
And Gina is
You're welcome.
Gina is up, and then January Girl, Mama T, Isabel, Jadzia, Jenna, and then we have Sile and Divine You.
All right.
And I'm a sucker for tortilla chips these days, but I have to admit, actually, I do like regular chips better than tortilla chips.
I love corn.
He loves
like
corn.
corn.
I've never gotten into corn much, but popcorn. Popcorn is my thing.
Much love to you too, Libra. Thank you. The one-card Oracle pull.
Oh. How about we use the Halloween Oracle for you, Gina?
Yes.
'Tis the season. Well, candy corn. No.
That's her corn.
Well, I'll tell you what. If it's the only candy around, Mr. O will eat it. Grudgingly.
Is that true? Is that true that if it's the only candy around that Mr. O would eat it?
Oh, no.
Your assumptions are wrong.
I knew that. I did know that.
Well.
How many
Okay,
people are
Jenna.
hard?
Let's see. Gina is up, so there's January Girl, Mama T, that's 2, Isabee's 3, Jadzia's 4. So there's 4 people in front of you, Jenna. And then we have Sile and Divine You at the end.
Joy. Rejoicing
You win, Gina.
in the present.
How nice, huh? Rejoicing in the present. I stand here. I am where I am, fully alive and present. Stress is a sham. Wow, what a nice card. Let me see here. Is this just one page or wait a minute? Let me just see. Yeah, all right, we can read this. Besides the who of a not-so-scary trick-or-treating ghost on Halloween evening, one of the most common sounds you'll hear is laughter. There is so much joy at Halloween, and it can be one of the most fun nights of the year if we allow that into our lives. We lead busy lives, whether we are studying, running a household, have a demanding job, or all of them at once. It seems there is little time for us to stop, be present, and enjoy exactly where we are at this time. It has been said that the first step of real change is stopping and acknowledging that we actually need change. While sometimes we might feel there is little to feel happy about and much to change, we can always feel grateful for something right now, and there is power in that position. It is time to find the joy in this moment and to find that joy more often. Should this card come up in your divination, it heralds arrival of more happiness and profound joy in your life. It is a good omen. Actively seek pleasure and build more of the things that give you personal joy and laughter in your life. After all, we build in appointments for the dentist. Why not for our own pleasure? Hear, hear. Wow, Gina, that's just really awesome. You are just beaming. You know, look at that card. And it's so autumnal, too. I really love the fiery, exuberant energy, depicted on that card. When you feel joy, it's like that, just bursting. And, hey, and you bring a lot of joy to our live stream, so thank you for that as well. So this card couldn't fit you more, in my opinion.
That's right.
Anything to add there, Mr. O?
Oh, I think you covered it well.
I will toss a Lenormand on that. All right, Mama T, well, we're just 2 away from you now. We're finishing Gina. Then we have January Girl, and then you. All right.
The Sith
Well,
and the dog.
There's always got to be something unhappy in a joy reading, right? But I think what this is also saying to me is that sometimes you do have to cut away some of the people who are stealing your joy, who are not there bringing joy. So if it means cutting back on, some of the people that are around you, it's a necessary thing to do.
It is possible, too, that this suggests that maybe within your body of friends there is somebody who maybe voluntarily moves away on their own. Either way, though, it seems sort of like it's just something that basically will still bring you joy or won't diminish your joy.
Well, it won't diminish your joy, I feel. I feel like this is necessary. It's a necessary cut. And because the way the scythe is pointing at the dog, I think that's a given. Not everybody is your true blue friend. And so, sometimes you have to make the hard decisions, and don't let anybody steal your joy. That's what I always say. Good luck, Gina.
Good luck.
The Joy Thieves. I like that. Nice reading. Nice reading. And was this one of the things I believe Angel showed in his 13 cards,
Yes,
the
he did.
Halloween Oracle. I like this deck.
It's
Pop
a pretty
it
cool
out. Yeah,
oracle.
it's
Yep.
pretty nice indeed. All right, so hey, we are on January Girl. You are up. And then after January Girl is Mama T. And then Isabel, Jadzia, Jenna, Sile, and Divine You.
All right.
Well, that's cool. I really have only pulled it out at this time of year, but it could be used year-round, really. But it is cool. I like it. Definitely should have brought it out earlier this fall, I think.
Okay, still writing. Take the person after them next.
Oh,
So is that Isabel?
that would be Mama T.
Mama T. Okay, and Mama T wanted a
A
general reading.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mama T, we're doing your reading right now, and then we'll do January Girl.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
I'm going to go back to the Millennium
I'll
Thoth
go to the
Tarot.
Poe one after that. All right. Well, I don't know what your barometer says, but it says here we have 12 likes. Thank you for that, everybody.
Oh, that's awesome, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We appreciate that so much.
Thanks for keeping the list for us, Jadzia.
Yeah, January Girl went in front of... No, Mama T went in front of January Girl, though, because she wasn't ready. Do you want me to pick them up, or...
Sure, go ahead.
Sorry, I should have...
That's okay.
Okay. So,
Mama T.
Mama T. Okay, we have the Ace of Pentacles reversed.
Whoop, hold the phone.
We have the Six of Pentacles upright.
This
Oh
one.
my. And then we have the Ace of Wands reversed. I almost wish we were doing a yes-no. Then those aces would not be such a bad thing. Well, I think right now maybe some plan or project or goal, it looks like maybe it was a money-making thing that you've been working on, is off to a slower start than you would have liked. You maybe would have liked things to pick up a little bit more. But the Six of Pentacles is there, and I feel like the Six of Pentacles is almost saying, because it's interesting too, because here's another, we have the Six of Pentacles between the two aces, which I think is interesting.
Oh, I just noticed that. Interesting.
So,
Well, to me, what it sort of reflects is the idea that you're feeling what you think you have or what you want to have. You're projecting that idea, of generosity and feeling it coming back and forth. But there's a little bit of turbulence around that because you have those two reversed aces. And so that's suggesting to me that some of this still has delay potential around it. Specifically, money issues kind of writing. They're not moving in a horrible direction, but they're not totally righted yet. It may be that this other ace is a clue there. It sort of says that maybe there's something else that needs to happen in terms of enterprise. I think it's talking about where you're going with your business ideas, maybe.
yeah, it's just like maybe there's still more work to be done there.
Mm-hmm.
I feel as though you have to make sure that again, it's about the flow. It's about making sure that things balance out. You know, you don't want to be putting out more, more product than you're getting money. So in other words, you're just going to have to be a little bit shrewder in making sure you're getting, the value for your product, that you're getting, what you deserve.
That makes a lot of sense for the other cards. I was groping for something there, and I think that's what it is that it's mostly about some of the business sense you need to understand more or are learning.
Or will as you go along. But I think it's a struggle getting there now. So it's a little bit slow in coming. I don't think it's not going to come. We'll take a look at the Lenormand and see what that can add to it. But it's just slow right now. And so don't be discouraged, because I think you can achieve that. And that's why maybe that's in the middle.
Okay.
I like the way these cards are falling today.
Okay, so we have that Mountain Gate again. And we have Sir Pumpkinhead, who may be a man, or maybe your man, maybe some man, maybe somebody else.
Right. It's okay. So the mountain, So somebody may be putting roadblocks up, somebody may be putting some obstacles in your path, maybe causing, for maybe the cash flow or the money flow for you that you need is blocked because of, this individual, whether it's a male or a female. I do feel there might be somebody here who is blocking your progress, or maybe somebody who you just have to work harder on selling your ideas to, to make sure they understand. Because otherwise they're going to be holding up your progress. I don't know if that makes sense.
They're a gatekeeper.
Oh.
They're a person that actually controls flow in this situation. And so part of that could be personal, whether or not they feel that they believe enough in what you're trying to do. So this could be business outlets or distribution chains, people that you might have to deal with, or just that apparatus itself, that maybe there are just certain rules to play, certain papers to file, things like that. But there's something about gatekeeping here, I think, that maybe it's like a red tape issue. It's sort of a red tape thing. So you may have to look into that and see if there are some T's that need to be crossed or something.
Well, this was a general reading, so I don't, we are putting this all together here, but this could be a standalone problem that just affects your business in some way. Like, for example, I could see this as being maybe your landlord.
I was too.
I didn't want to say that.
I didn't want to
but
either.
It could be.
But they're a gatekeeper.
They are a gatekeeper, and maybe they're putting some roadblocks in your way.
It's an obstacle for you too.
Basically, presenting an obstacle in some way for you. So I'm just thinking it could be that, but it also could very well be tied into the idea of where you're going with your business. So keep that in mind, Mama T. That's what we have for you. Good luck going forward. I think you're on the right track, and it's nice to see you having your own store there with Spellfire. So everybody, if anybody knows Spellfire on Twitter, they have a shop, and Mama T is selling a lot of her pendants out of there now. So check it out.
Alrighty. Good luck.
All right. So let's see. After
We're back
January
to
Girl, we are ready for you.
Yeah, I hope you hit that. January Girl.
January Girl is up, and then Isabi, Jadzia, and Jenna, and then Sile and Divine You.
And Isabi wants a general reading, so we'll get to that too.
All right.
And everything is going great here tonight. A couple of days ago, we had a real bad problem with our signal. We could never figure out what it was.
Right. We were buffering like crazy last Thursday, but today it seems like, I don't know how you guys are feeling about it, but hey, even our widgets work today.
I know.
Wow, you almost...
Oh, and
Mercury's going direct tomorrow.
So for those who are interested, you can come back Thursday night. It's a slower night generally for us. We're on 7 to 9 p.m. Also, we won't be around next Saturday for happy hour, so I'm not even going to talk about that.
Really? I know, Angel. You're right. I shouldn't have said anything.
I know. I thought that too, but I couldn't resist.
Jenna, let's see. We're on January girl now. Then Isabi, Jadzia, and then you.
But even if you don't know, we're worth waiting for.
Worried about delaying sales guy. Oh. Well, so now we're going to look at, okay, I don't think we looked at the school job and the sales job in a while. Why don't we do the 2 and 2 cards for that? Is it my turn?
Yes. Thanks, Angel.
The folks worth waiting for. Okay, I have a really bent card in here.
Oh.
Yep. I knew it would happen because this deck is very, very... Yep.
Papery?
Very, very papery thin. I may retire this one for the rest of the Halloween season after this.
And see what they're saying? January?
But not on the specific school. Well, we're going to try that and see. It really seemed like you should move on this advertising job, though, with what we saw the last time we did this. It sounded like a really good place for you. So if that's going to mess things up, is it really worth it? I don't know, but let's see what it says. Whoops. All right.
So which is which?
Well, school job and then advertising job is what I thought. The 3 of Waters reversed, which is the 3 of Cups reversed. The 10 of Wands.
Upright.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that's for the school job. Here's the advertising. The 3 of Cups again, but upright. Is that right?
Wands.
Uh-oh, sorry, that's 3 of Wands. Makes more sense now.
Okay, and then 3 of Cups
so
upright.
Embarrassing. All right. Wow, that's funny that came up that way. And then the 5 of Cups upright.
Lenore.
Well, it's a little bit... It's leaning towards the advertising job, taking the advertising job. But it's not a perfect world there. I mean,
caveats either way.
There's trade-offs. There's caveats here. The first job, the school job, the 3 of Wands reversed indicates that, you know, you could miss an opportunity by taking this job.
It feels like you're not even going necessarily in a direction you want, perhaps.
And the 10 of Wands indicates to me that there's a lot of burdens here. It seems as though either your heart is not into it or you feel like you're just going through the motions and that it's a real heavy weight on you. And maybe it's because you realize that you maybe should have taken this other job where it seems as though there's a great deal of joy and a celebratory atmosphere about it, but yet you're still thinking something's missing.
Right, and I'm getting a feeling from that 10 of Wands there that although there's this big thing there that involves work, responsibility, there's something ennobling about it. Maybe it's because of the situation you shared that it just sort of seems like this is a sense of work you would really appreciate, even despite the fact that it feels like it's not exactly, it's sort of pulling you off in a different direction, although you're in the main field. I don't know if that makes sense. But then I agree with Banshee too here is that this seems to have a lot more of
camaraderie.
pleasanter aspects.
Yeah, pleasanter
how you
environment.
How you feel. But you would probably always have, or to some degree until you can resolve it, a sense of feeling like you didn't do exactly what you wanted. You know, that the success you might feel would buoy you, but not in total.
Do me a favor.
Yes.
I want you to shuffle your Lenormand.
Okay.
And you're going to do it for that one. And I'm going to do it for that one.
Are we pulling two?
Yes.
All right. So I'm working with the school situation.
Yes.
Okay. Hi, Nikki.
I've got you on the list, Nikki.
You're on our list. That's true, too. It is guaranteed.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so for the school, I have pulled first the rats, which are the mice, and the fountain, which is the park, right? Or
the garden.
And so I get the feeling like there are some social aspects going on here that maybe will make you feel needier in some respects. So maybe there's something about appearances in a way. Like maybe there's a sense of not feeling exactly like you like it there, and that maybe there's just still something tying in with the obligations that I don't want this to sound shallow, but like maybe it just sort of feels like this is not calling to you enough when you feel you're working with, you know, something that's a little bit more needy or demanding in certain ways. It's not a reflection on you, though.
No. I feel as though this environment of the school is draining on you. It's draining on you. And it's not really utilizing your talents in a way to the best of your abilities here.
Which sort of goes with that in a way.
Yeah, it's kind of the way I feel about it. Right, it just seems like you will be more stressed and that things will not go as well for you there. But look what I got on the other job. The first card I pulled.
The heart.
And the second card I pulled.
The tree.
You know, you could really grow to love this job. You could grow to love this sales job. And it seems like your heart is more into this. Despite that.
Well, maybe it really talks about your feeling for it as opposed to something else.
Well, you know, a lot of times in life, January girl, we go through woulda, coulda, shouldas. And I think that, you know, maybe even on this job, you're just wondering, you know, to some degree, if you've made the right choice, if this is really right for you. You have some regrets, possibility about some other things. But I look at these two cards here, and frankly, excuse me, this is very growthful. It's very growthful and positive for you.
It looks so clear that this is where you would be happier, and I think you would be more successful. There would be things that are challenging that maybe would be rewarding to you over a stretch of time or in the longer run, but there would always be these drains too, or pulls on you.
Okay, Shruti, we'll try to squeeze you in, but you're going to be it for today, because we have a couple readings even after you we have to do. That want to be at the end of our reading. So that'll be it. Anybody else who comes in, we will say no. All right, but we've got a list, and I'm going to go through it right now. Okay, so that's what we had for you, January girl. Good luck with that. We are on Isabi, and then Jadzia, Jenna, Nikki, Shruti, Sile, and then Divine You.
So that means we're on Isabe's general reading, and I was just going to say, yeah, those are rats. They're the Halloween Lenormand, and the regular Lenormand, they're the mice. And mice are troubling, but not in a big way. They just sort of gnaw away at little things
they mean little stresses in life, possibly ill health due to stress.
You're welcome.
And of course, in that same reading, you had, what was it, the Ten of Wands, which the Ten of Wands is about burdens and stress too. So That's why.
Well, I
don't
was
know.
answering Isabel about the rats and the mice.
Oh,
yes.
okay, sorry.
Okay, so let's keep moving. And I noticed that Vida has also joined us too.
Vita, I can't fit you in. I'm sorry. We have to cut the list off with Shruti. I'm pretty sure, unless we just throw one card for you at the end, we might be able to do that. I'm going to put your name down and see how we go, but I can't guarantee it because we're going to run into overtime.
Okay, is it me?
Yeah, it's you.
Yeah, okay, so I'm moving on with the Karma Tarot. And this is a general reading for Isabel.
Yep. We're done with Mama T, so we're on Isabel, then Jadzia, Jenna, Nikki, Shruti, Vita, and
Sile and
Sile
Divine.
and Divine You. See, we're gonna. I know that's got to be it. We got to stop somewhere.
Sounds like a little bit of overtime. Even for one card. Okay,
Maybe
that's
you
cool.
want to show our hours again, our live stream, so people
I
know.
am, right. So we are again later this week from 7 to 9 p.m. on Thursday, Eastern Standard Time. So if we weren't able to get to you, or if you want to come back for a longer reading, we do normally regular 3-card reading with some Lenormand thrown on the side.
All right. This is a what again? A general?
A general for Isabel.
Got it. That's what I thought. Okay.
All right, thanks, Jadzia.
All right.
Okay, general.
Two of Swords has popped up again. It's
Whoops.
in a reading earlier.
2 of Swords.
7 of Wands reversed.
The 7 of Wands reversed.
Temperance.
And then Temperance.
What kind of an interesting card?
Oh, I hope you feel better.
Oh.
Thanks, January girl. You're welcome too.
Well, we're getting you, Jenna. We've only got 2 more in front of you now, so we'll get to
You imagine we're faster than what we are. Okay, 2 of Swords. I think that maybe you're holding back on some decisions, or you're just sort of
I gotta stop eating these.
weighing or considering them. Maybe you feel you need more information. Maybe you feel this isn't really the time for you to make a decision, but you are aware of some things that maybe you're wondering how they're balancing out for you. That 7 of Wands reversed would suggest to me that maybe it is about your position. Maybe this is advancing yourself in certain ways, even if it's just something that's more personal to yourself. Or maybe it's advancing yourself in a larger venue of friends or associates of some sort. I know you don't work, but maybe you have a particular social circle or online groups or things like that. So it could be about how you wish to advance that. And I feel that that could be true, but it's also true, too, that maybe in a way this coincides more with the 2 of Swords, the idea that you're really taking it in right now, and maybe you're sort of modulating, too. Like maybe this isn't so much about making decisions, but about understanding the overall flow of your life, the flow that maybe is about this way, that way, or about really just sort of figuring it out on a more real level, an organic level of sorts.
Well, I see a story here with these cards, but my story begins with the 7 of Wands. The 7 of Wands reversed here is a beat. In some area of your life, you kind of feel it's really hard to keep your head above water in some way, to maintain your position, or a position above something that's going on. And I feel here you need to make a decision in your life. If you're struggling to keep your head above water in some way, or if you're struggling to make something happen, if you're struggling to keep yourself, maintain a higher ground on something, it's time to restore balance and harmony in your life. You need to make a decision on how much you want to struggle and how much it's worth to you, and how much more peace of mind might be worth to you as opposed to the constant struggle. What is it that you can decide on that can bring more peace and harmony into your life?
And it may be true that in general, some of this is what really already happens for you, that maybe this is really the tone of your life. But it does seem to me to suggest that there is a decision coming and that there is work that requires you sorting through things and modulating, balancing things. So, yes.
Lenormand.
Lenormand.
Okay, Angel, have a good one. Thanks for stopping in.
Okay, well, we have the witch, which is the whip, right?
That is correct.
The whip.
You got it.
And we have the spooky tree, which is just a tree. It's a spooky tree, though. So my thought here is that this move is really about your growth. And maybe you have to make this decision a little faster than what you believe now. Like maybe you sort of thought you can consider all this, but maybe you don't have as much time. Maybe you have to do this sooner than later because it really is about your health too, I think. It
Health
could be
and
about
well-being.
your health. Health and well-being.
You know, I'm looking at this here, and yeah, you know, the Two of Swords says you've been contemplating what you need to do to restore your place. You know, your comfort zone, your place. What you need to restore that. But I think what this is saying is the faster you move on this, the better it is for you physically, mentally, emotionally, to restore balance and harmony and peace in your life above all else. That's kind of what I think.
All right.
So good luck with that, Isabel. I hope it makes sense to you.
Thank you.
Hey, Jadzia, it's your turn. Thanks for keeping the list for us.
Yes, it's your turn. And I know you wrote down a question earlier.
Jadzia is up, and then Jenna, Nikki, Sruti, Vida, and then Sile and Divine You.
Can you remind us of your question, Jadzia?
I can go look.
I don't remember if you posted or
Oh,
if
I
you
don't know.
withdrew it. Oh, wait, there's one.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't write one down. But sometimes I miss them.
Go to the most recent thing. Okay.
You found it?
It's at the end. Okay,
Messages for you. Okay.
I thought you asked us a different question previously, maybe about a person you know. We're on Jadzia now. We're just trying to ascertain the question for sure.
Yeah, we're doing Jadzia. There's Jadzia, Jenna, Nikki, Sruti, and Vida, Sile, and Divine You. So it just says, his messages for me. How he feels now. Okay. Well, let's see.
Okay, so it's your deck.
It is. Let me grab this one again. Shuffle. Dropping my cards again.
You're making it worse by talking about it.
Oh, I think I make it better.
You wouldn't like to play 78 card pickup.
No, I would not.
Well, that's not going to make it better if it ends up happening.
There was this silly tarot reading that used to be done, or actually a little tarot game, where you would toss the cards like falling leaves from the tree, and whichever ones fell upright would be the ones that you would read.
I remember that. We did that at a
we did it at an
presentation.
event.
Yeah.
Yep. Wow, they're all reversed. I will say that. We start with the 3 of Needles, which is the 3 of Swords reversed. We have the 5 of Potions, which is the 5 of Cups reversed. And then we have the 6 of Swords, which 6 of Needles in this deck, reversed. All right, so what is this person thinking of you? Is that it? What is this person thinking? What is their message? I feel they're healing. There's something here that is like wounds that are healing.
Are they feeling that you are healing?
This is a really interesting reading. And I'll tell you why. You have, you have 2 cards that kind of conflict with each other in my mind. I know you might read the 5 a little bit differently than me. Mm-hmm. But I feel like the 5 oftentimes is about moving on, is about moving to new opportunities that are presenting themselves. But then we have the 6 of Needles here, and the 6 of Needles is literally saying, no, not moving, staying in place. So I wonder here if there is a problem with somebody trying to heal, but they're not really sure whether they need to move on or they need to stay.
Well, I'm wondering if the relationship has codependent aspects, and so that there are times when one person feels weaker, they need the other person, and vice versa. And so maybe there's a lot of push-pull between that, because the emotionality seems to have feelings that are very extreme at times, and that sometimes people feel very sorry, but then sometimes feel very consoling. So it's a little bit really hard for me to say exactly what's going on here. I think we're talking about people that have very high emotional components, and maybe they have some issues. Maybe they have abandonment issues, or maybe they have issues of feeling low esteem or something like that.
So also when I look at that, I wonder too if the message isn't, in order to heal, in order for people to either, decide what needs to be done, I guess that's the point. In order to heal, a decision has to be made by one, whether to stay or move forward with something, move on to something new.
Well, it may be that you haven't, or someone's not able to decide that healing doesn't involve resolving that as opposed to moving beyond it. That maybe there still is confusion on whether you need to go backwards to resolve something that's lingering.
Yeah, oftentimes the six of Swords is about the fact that you can't leave a situation because something is unresolved. Right?
Lingering.
Something needs to be resolved in order to move on to new opportunities, or in order to even make things right.
Right, because this could also, too, be about balancing the past or balancing feelings that still have some resonance for you.
Let's throw the Lenormand in this mix right now, because I want to see if it sheds any light on this, any further light. There's definitely there are definitely 2 sword cards here, and so there are challenges. There are definitely challenges in this situation. Maybe the message is, that to overcome these challenges, you have to be willing to decide whether what needs to be resolved, because you can't move forward until you resolve what's happened in the past. I know you're still there, Jenna, and you are still next after Jadzia. I hope you're still here. All right. So don't go anywhere. Oh my. So if this is about a relationship, we have the clouds here. We have the heart. I feel there's real confusion right now surrounding somebody's feelings or emotions.
I'm looking at the other way because I sort of feel this one informs that one. I'm sort of feeling like with true emotional introspection here or true emotional consideration, you may be able to at least understand what the problems are. It's not saying necessarily you can cure them or move beyond them, but it's really something that you have to really apply all of your compassion in order to really understanding what those problems are or obstacles. What?
We have two heart images here, which I think is really interesting, the way this has come up. And so what I'm thinking too is that maybe it's time that people need to speak from the heart. Speak from the heart to clear the air and to try to resolve this apparent blockage here.
And it may be that either or both have problems or have fears about strife or stress. All of this is about some strife or stress in this relationship because that's the swords. And then you have the clouds, which are darkening.
The clouds are about confusion. They can be about depression. They can be about
fears in a way.
Fears, they can be. Just a lack of understanding. Things do not seem clear at all. So in this matter of the heart, there needs to be a clearing and airing of feelings in order to move forward. Whether, you're going to be able to stay or whether you're going to be able to move on. Does this make sense? Because that's the best we can do, I think, with this reading. It's a little bit cloudy, I have to say.
So thank you for coming, and thanks for subscribing.
Yeah, and thanks for all of that, and thanks for keeping the list for us, too. I think that, maybe we should explore this more in another reading sometime, too, since you're now subscribing. Maybe we can get a little more information for you. But it's definitely showing a real push-pull here, and that you're kind of stuck until, you can maybe talk it out. I really feel. Be careful.
Well, if you don't want your card back.
Well, where did it fall?
I don't know.
Am I going to run over it doing this?
I don't know that either. You have it.
Stop it. All right.
So that means we're on Jenna.
Jenna!
What are we doing? A general for Jenna?
Jenna is up, and then Nikki, Sruti, Vida, and then Sile, and...
Thank you.
Divine you.
Thank you. We're all amazing.
Thank you so much.
We're all amazing.
We're about to go into overtime, too, with the rest of our readings, so we're going to keep moving. All right. So what you need, Jenna? Oh, the past life reading? You can have the short past life reading. It is available. Let's get one of your decks, Mr.
Yes, we do those.
Well, this is just a small one. It is not the big one. We are going to do a past life, but hey, remember, many of us have lived many past lives. So it always come back to our pop-up when we do it and get one there. But our short one is, let's see, where is that one? I've been here before, this mini past life spread. It'll just give you some general information about a past life, what challenges you might have faced, and what lessons you have come away with.
Interesting. If you feel strongly, if you dream about that, it's probably true.
I like shuffling this deck.
I do too.
It's nice and easy to shuffle.
And slip away from me.
All right.
Okay, so how do we do that?
The first card is the general information about the past life.
Okay, so we have the Nine of Pentacles reversed.
Really?
Yes.
All right. Let's put that up there. And then the next one would be, what major challenges did they face?
And that's the Page of Pentacles reversed.
Is it not clear? Oh, I see what they do. Okay.
Right, the Knights are the other one. That's a page.
Got it. So he's got the helmet. Okay.
The Knights have
The
something
horse.
different. They have the horse.
Yeah. Okay. Finally, what karmic lessons?
The upright Seven of Pentacles. So you had all Pentacles.
Wow, this is really interesting.
So you probably
John.
were some sort of vendor or some sort of person who was in business of some sort. Money, material matters were probably key parts of your life or what you did.
Well,
But were you that successful? Maybe not. Maybe there was more want than not. Maybe there were things that just weren't coming to you. You were maybe moderately successful or not as successful as you wanted to be. There could have been a number of reasons for that. That was what?
the general information about a past life. I feel as though your material conditions were maybe not bad, but that they were not, they didn't satisfy you. You just always felt like you were lacking something. And I think I'll get into this a little bit more because I might be seeing something that Mr. O is not. But go ahead.
So then
The next one is, what major challenges did you face? And it's did you say that was
the
the
reversed
page?
page
The Page of Pentacles was like, well, I kind of feel like you were at the whims of maybe some market forces, Maybe it just depended on, the environment you were in at the time. Like year to year, I got the feeling that things would change. And I'll get into why later, but go ahead.
Well, as a reverse page and of Pentacles, I also have the feeling too that maybe there were circumstances in your life that pulled you in and out of your career, that maybe you had other obligations. So sometimes you could focus on your career, but then maybe there was a parent or a younger person that you had to do something with. Maybe it wasn't taking care of them so much, but maybe you mentored them in this family business or whatever the situation might have been. So you didn't have the ability to totally stick with your goals. You had to make some concessions to other priorities.
It was turbulent. But then we have the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles is upright, so it was kind of like there was a lot of worries and stress over, making your money and making your profits. I feel that, there were times where you had to pull back maybe and reassess things where you were going. But of course, more work always had to be done. You had to constantly struggle and work at what you were doing. So where am I going with all of this? I'll tell you in a minute, but go ahead.
Well, the karmic lesson you learned, I guess, is perhaps that sometimes you have to take things a little further than as far as you brought them. And so it may be that you didn't always follow through with certain opportunities or certain procedures you were involved in. And so maybe this possibly limited some of the successes you had, and you were able to learn that karmically over other lifetimes or in between lifetimes.
Right, that is the main lesson too. And so I think what the main lesson is, you've learned some patience. You've learned that everything happens in its right time. You can't rush the process, because the Seven of Pentacles is like a farmer who's farming crops, and they realize that they're at the whims of nature. Once they've planted those seeds and they've done their jobs, they have to let nature do its thing. And sometimes nature doesn't come through for you. So where am I going with all of this? I do feel that you may have been a farmer in this life. You may have worked the land. I feel that maybe you might have been a male in this life.
I feel a male presence
I feel
here.
a male presence here. And I feel that that is why it was not always a certainty and why your life wasn't always as fulfilling and satisfying. Sometimes life was good. Sometimes maybe even life was too good. And other times you didn't have enough. Sometimes the bad news was maybe there was a famine. Maybe, there weren't enough people buying, from you. Whatever the case may be, that things did not turn out. And so from it all, you've learned the idea that you can't rush the process sometimes. And sometimes you have to hope that fate is on your side. You realize that, sometimes I can do everything right, but that doesn't always mean that everything is going to turn out all right.
I feel strongly what she said about the male presence, possibly farmer, possibly somebody who worked the land. And I'm just going to have to say, I don't think this was very recent history. This was probably more than 300 years ago, before there was much more modern farming or agriculture.
Yeah, I feel it was definitely before modern farming. Yeah, I would agree with that.
So
Not sure how far back I want to go.
So
go
let's
ahead.
throw our Lenormand just to see what other little details may show up here.
So we will be doing a past life pop-up live stream that's more fun. Surprising things come up in those pop-ups.
So we have the black cat, which is like the dog.
Yes.
And the pumpkin is the sun?
The clover.
The clover.
Apparently, the people you associated with back in this past life were very, very helpful to you. As a matter of fact, they oftentimes were there, when you needed them. When you were really down on your luck, whether your crops were not turning out right or you just needed an extra hand, people were there for you.
So despite whatever hardships may have happened, maybe there were years where crops were bad because of bad weather. And like I said, it wasn't modern. So you had good luck because good, loyal friends maybe helped you out in different ways. If they didn't actually help care for you, they just helped you out in ways that maybe helped you with what you were trying to achieve. And so maybe that's another part of the karmic lesson too, is you learned the value of good, loyal friends.
Yeah. So that's what we have for you, Jenna. That was interesting. Thanks for, we didn't even talk about the special readings we had, but we'll bring it up again. We'll be doing them Thursday. We'll be doing them through the Halloween season. So stay tuned for that.
Okay, well, I think we got to keep moving on.
We got to keep rolling. Hey, we are on Nikki. Nikki, you are up. And after Nikki, Sruti, Vita, Sile, and then Divine You.
Alrighty. So before anyone else shows up, I'm just going to remind people.
Nobody is showing. Nobody else can get a reading, Mr.
I meant Nikki or whoever. that my programs, the Emotional Exchanges and Goth Tarot, are both on during the week. So check that out. And there's Nikki's question.
Oh, cool.
Okay. There is, but probably the amount of success could be, variable. We know that.
It depends on what kind of success you're looking for. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at this and see what's
to
up.
do tarot cards puts us automatically in a pretty niche market, but travel and food kind of stuff, I could see
That's
where
big.
they would
That's
be
really
big,
great.
much bigger. You're very welcome, Jenna, in the stars. Thank you.
Well,
Yes.
maybe that is why. And that doesn't say you were not a seamstress in another life.
Sure. And you know, the thing is that in those more remote times, families and people had to have a lot of skill sets between all of them. So it wouldn't be surprising that maybe the guy was the farmer, but maybe he also knew how to do some amount of homework too, stitching, craft work, or that was something he could share with children or a spouse or things like that.
Now, just to give a little idea of how I felt about why I felt it was a farmer, was, of course, we had 3 different positions in this reading. But to get some of that other stuff, you have to look at the cards that you've drawn. And having the card of the farmer there was a good hint for sure. But also having that 9 of Pentacles there. Because the 9 of Pentacles often shows a woman in her garden, tending to her garden or enjoying the fruits of her labor. And so right there, you know, I saw farming.
And they were all Pentacles,
Yeah.
which is all earth related too.
Exactly.
Oh, wow, your physics. That's so awesome.
Oh, very cool. And why wouldn't they? Let's take a look here. Holy cannoli!
Holy cannoli.
Well, let me tell you, Mr. or Ms. Physics person, you have the 8 of Wands here. Upright. You have the Hierophant upright. And you have the Wheel of Fortune upright.
These are fairly good signs for success.
You know, if you have a lot of energy and you have a lot of motivation and drive to pull this off. And that's what you're going to need. You're going to need to be an energetic, exuberant. It shows that you have the ability to do this. But now is the time to find some structure and order and figure out how to put everything into place. Correct? It may even involve, you know, looking at some of the people you look up to who are already doing this work and either getting some advice or you know, learning from them.
I think that the Hierophant speaks about the dichotomy between you being a physics professor and yet also having this very conversational kind of view on travel and blogging and things like that. And so I think this is sort of like you being that synthesis, or you having the ability to have those both present in your life. And so it goes without saying that the Wheel of Fortune is spinning for you. This really is a good sign of a cycle that is moving towards fullness for you. So I think you could be pretty darn successful.
You know, the wheel is saying, you know, I feel the wheel might just be here to say the time is right. The time is right for you to do this.
That's
because
true.
the wheel is spinning in a positive cycle right now for you. So it is time to maybe make this change. The 8 of Wands here is just indicating, you know, just you're going to have to apply your energy. And also, you know what's really interesting about the 8 to me? The 8 of Wands often indicates communication. Communication and getting your message out to people. And so again, isn't that like about the internet or social media? So I feel like the signs are right here for success. It's really pretty positive, at least right now.
Let's do that Lenormand.
And Gina, yeah, we are into big time overtime. I mean, I won't blame you if you have to bow out on us. But we're in it to win it. We're going to finish everybody up we promised to do. Thankfully, we have nowhere to go.
I just have a virtual meeting later.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I didn't want to forget about your important Parliament work. All right. All right, let's see here.
Hold for a little bit more. Oh. Oh, yeah.
Well, we'll see here. So,
I thought that was the ship. I'm sorry. It's
No,
the coffin. Oops. And the tree. So the coffin and the tree.
yeah, that's a tricky one. So I'm not sure here. This is the only negative I see, is that it's possible that, well, maybe what it is saying is that you may have to lose something that you have a lot invested in now in order to do this. So does this mean your job as a professor of physics? Will you be able to manage everything? I guess, does it mean something has to come in to an end in order to grow this further? I'm not sure.
Well, I'm actually wondering too if your decision is to try to do both things as best you can, that there may be health implications.
It's possible.
The tree with the coffin could be saying that there could be some things about your health that you need to keep in mind, either your energy levels or any situations you are actually aware of. If there's anything suspect for you, you may want to really think about having that checked out, especially if you're going to be getting a really big change in your life or turn in your life.
Well, and the only other thing I can say about this is, if it's talking about this job in general, doing the social media, it could indicate that, it's hard to grow a channel, initially, as we know. We've been at this for a while now, but of course it depends on what you're doing. So you may have some initial stagnation at first in trying to get this to grow. Your main challenge will be growth, getting it to grow right from the get-go. So it may take time for that, but if you're in it for the long haul, it will grow in time.
It's funny you mentioned society, because the overall feeling behind the Hierophant is that they tend to stand for what is considered acceptable society. So they don't necessarily, these attitudes don't approve of things that are really unconventional. So you wouldn't want to do necessarily a punk rock food. Well, I don't know. Actually, that would probably be popular.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool.
So, but in other words, unpopular things maybe would work against what you're saying there. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. The Lenormand side here, this just looks like there is potential here.
Yeah, it does.
So
good luck, Nikki.
I would say give it a shot. I would say clearly, even though it might be a struggle, maybe it's not a good idea to give up your day job right away, because obviously it may take time for this to get off the ground. Just don't forget about yourself in the process and your own personal physical and emotional and mental health needs.
Monster Hunter, and that's our son, who was our original producer, and his wife, both thought we would be really a natural for this, because they knew us as tarot readers for most of their lives. And so we never really had thought about doing this. Yeah. So it's the same for you. It's like all of a sudden the light bulb went off for us, and so here we are. Better or worse, whatever it happens, we're committed to just keep doing this.
Yep. We love it. So thanks for coming, Nikki. And
good luck.
I think it is okay to pursue both. I do. I think it might take a bit out of you, though. So be ready for that. And maybe if it comes a time where either the cooking food thing does not work out by chance, or, it is working really well, that you can give up one for the other, then that will be the time. I think you'll know when that time comes. So good luck with that.
Oh, excuse me.
All right, so we are on Shruti. Shruti, you are up. We'll take your question now. I don't know if you posted one earlier. They might have wrote one earlier. I think you may have.
Are all my 7 chakras healed? Is that still the question you would like? There it is.
Well, there it is. Yep.
And you're welcome, Nikki.
And I have to heal. All right, how do we want to do this? Should we do 3 cards first?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. Okay.
So I'm going to use my Karma Tarot.
All right.
Karma Tarot for chakra questions.
Trying to figure out which one I'm going to use next. This one. Okay, after Shruti will be Vita, and then Sile and Divine Youth. Well, thanks everyone for all the good questions today. It's been a great show, very busy. We love it.
Thank you for all the likes, new subscriptions, donations.
All of it.
All of it.
All right. First card is the Three of Coins. Wow. The second card is the Hermit. And the third card. Ooh, the Ten of Swords.
There may be some imbalances. When we pulled this card, I felt this talks more about your crown chakra. I don't know that means that there is a problem there. I sort of feel like maybe that's your best one, or it's the one that's leading the way.
Hey, Sile, we've got Shruti we're working on now, then Vita, and then you will be up. So we are going into way overtime here because we had some people come in. So you will be coming, you're third down the list, and then Divine, you will close it out. Okay, so Shruti, yeah, I wonder if it's the crown chakra, but I will say this. You have been working hard on this. I feel like you have been putting in work. You have been doing some inner work, clearly, with the Hermit here. You know, trying to connect with the divine to help you in this process. Yet, I feel with the Ten of Swords here, it might be indicating to me that something may still be blocking or sabotaging the work that you're doing in some way. Do you feel that? The Ten of Swords. What do you feel about that?
Yes, there is something there, and it may be an emotional healing. Like maybe there's just an example that I'm not saying I feel this. Somebody that you needed to forgive from long ago, or somebody you needed, somebody that you needed to make a restitution to, that you needed to be forgiven from, something like that. I'm not saying it are those things, but to me it sort of represents that it could very well be something very long ago, really, in a way. Maybe you were even a child or just not capable of fully understanding it, but I think it's highly karmic in a way. And I do feel like Banshee says that there's more work involved here.
Yeah, and so I feel like this is maybe still blocking, whether it's the crown. I mean, the Hermit does lead us that way. There is something still yet to be balanced. I'm not sure I'm going to...
It could affect...
I can pinpoint which chakra, but it definitely can affect you and your balance. And the Three of Coins indicates you have been working hard on this. It's really clear. You may still have yet to connect more to try to get to the bottom of this.
I almost wonder if maybe... I don't know chakras enough to understand, but I wonder if like maybe the crown chakra is very evolved, but it's still not understanding maybe this from the terms of how it works towards your heart chakra, the healing that maybe is there. Like there's a link between your heart and your crown, and some of that is really totally understanding some sort of lesson or thing that has happened for you.
Take care, Gina. Have a good walk.
Bye, Gina. Have a great walk.
Have a great walk. Have a joyful walk.
Waiting for the mail.
All right.
So
waiting for the mail. I wondered what you were talking about.
So I just sort of feel like maybe there is a slight relationship between the crown and the heart for some reason that maybe is not totally pulled in yet.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's it.
Root,
maybe it is both the crown and the heart chakra, because it is something that hurt you, as you said. You felt pain from this.
Well, they're wondering if it's more the root chakra, or they mentioned the root chakra.
Oh, maybe.
I suppose.
I am not going to rule that.
So that we'd really be talking about the two furthest apart, right?
Yeah, but see, just because the Hermit was there, I guess I wasn't wedded to the crown chakra
Okay.
initially.
Talk to me.
Well, I do feel the heart chakra's involved.
Okay.
I do feel that.
So maybe this is more about that, but
Maybe the fact that we also have a pentacle here indicates that it could be the root chakra. I mean, I could see root
Okay.
chakra involvement there, but I almost feel like the root chakra may be okay. It may more be related to the heart. But whatever it was, if this was a betrayal or just something that felt like a real...
feels like a betrayal.
It was, yeah, it feels like a betrayal to me of some sort. It really shook your world. And so I feel that that is still the work that needs to be done, is the healing from that. Let's see if the Lenormand can give us some more on that. This is your Lenormand, I think, this time, Mr. O.
Okay, so you're wondering if you can do your own work to heal chakras, I think is what you're saying.
Well...
And I'm not actually qualified enough to tell you that, but I do think that most of us have an immense power to heal ourselves. We just necessarily need to know how to go about the right way. But normally our instincts guide us well.
Yeah.
What do you want to say about that?
Well, I've only been dabbling just recently in more chakra work myself, because I'm dealing with a chronic debility, that will eventually kill me some year in the future, illness. But the thing is that, so I've been doing some chakra balancing meditations. There's a lot of good guided meditations out there too that you might want to look into.
Earlier you mentioned that you agreed possibly on head chakra because of the powerfulness and the visions. And now with the Lenormand, I have pulled Lady Pumpkinhead and the old letter. Lady Pumpkinhead might refer to yourself. It might be a woman or a person that may be yourself or maybe somebody else. But with the letter, it's sort of this communication. And I'm wondering if this is maybe more about spirit communication and or about deeper things that are relating to what we're talking about, the harm to your chakras from long ago. I'm wondering if either you need to communicate with this person or this situation, or that they will be communicating with you. And I don't necessarily need you to say approaching them physically would be a good thing, but maybe it's more in a metaphysical conversation with an aspect of yourself. That thing I said about forgiving or being forgiven, that maybe it's an eternal dialogue.
Well, these Lenormand, I could look at a couple different ways here. First off, I could say that maybe as you continue to meditate, you go within and you do the hermit kind of work here that you need to do, you might get a message or news that comes from that. You might have an epiphany of sorts. But another way I can look at this is maybe how to resolve some of this unresolved issue. Is, a lot of times maybe it's not possible for us to really reach a resolution with whoever was involved with this hurt or betrayal, or the situation that hurt or betrayed you. So maybe what you need to do is release this from yourself, release its hold on you in whatever way is meaningful for you. And one way to do it is to put it in writing. Everything that you feel, and that how much you are now done with this, that this has no longer any power over your life or your body. And once you've done that, burn it or bury it, take it outside of your home. You are done with it.
I agree. We don't often give little prescriptions like this, but sometimes we do just because we feel so drawn to that process. And I feel that this is really about kind of actualizing your feelings in a way that maybe you haven't been able to, or maybe you haven't thought about doing. Actualizing your feelings about the situation by doing that. Maybe you don't necessarily want to write it down. Maybe you want to do this in some other form. But the idea would be to put it there for you to acknowledge in some form, and then to head it out the door. Like Banshee says,
kick it out the door.
Burn it, flush it, bury it.
And be sure you feel you're done with it. And I just feel that might be what's going on here. I hope you can resolve this and, you can start feeling whole once more. Wish you luck with that, Shruti. I hope this helped.
I hope it helped, and I hope you'll come back again, and maybe we can have more discussions about it.
Hey, good luck with that.
Good luck. Thank you.
Vita, are you still with us? Are you waiting?
They gave us a question.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see it. Will R contact me in the next 2 months?
Let's just do a yes or no.
We're going to start with a yes-no, but we're not going to use that as a definitive. Let's do it.
All right. It's yours.
Oh, it is mine. We're going to do a simple yes-no question
and then pull the
first.
one card. Remember we mentioned the one card we were going to
Well,
pull?
I know, but we're doing a whole reading.
Okay.
Because
what's another?
What's another few minutes? It's okay. It was a great day today.
Good night, Shruti.
Take care, Shruti.
I'm glad it resonates. Sometimes we don't always know, so we do need a little feedback to understand
We appreciate
that.
it. And, we're going to have off days or off moments. When we're reading for a group of people, we're not always going to get everybody right. It just happens that way.
Appreciate knowing you and hope we can help you more.
All right.
All right.
Let's strike while the iron's hot, I say. Okay, Vita, let's see what's going on. 2 months, we'll see.
So this is our own yes or no method, which either will tell us yes, no, or degrees of that.
Okay. Okay, so that's why we're going to do a little extra reading on the side of this one. It is leaning towards no, but it is not a definite no. So let's take a look at this here. We have the Four of Cups upright. We have the King of Wands upright. And we have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. In the Ace of Pentacles, we look for aces in this reading. And so that lets us know if it's going to be a yes or it's going to be a no, or if it's leaning in between. And this one is leaning towards no. There are some interesting things here, though, I want to tell you, Vita. I think R is definitely thinking about this. They're giving this a lot of thought. See, notice how they're looking down at what they have going on. Somebody's trying to make an offer of a cup to them. So what they're doing is they're thinking, should I do it or shouldn't I?
And some of this is instinctual because the cat, representing maybe animal instinct, looks like they're about to make their own decision about something too. Maybe they want to jump down there and see what's down there.
Okay.
I just think that's relevant.
I think it's relevant. Do you want to go ahead with the king?
Okay, so then with the King of Wands, this is a person who normally is magnetic and in control. They may feel they can influence opinions. I'm just going to throw an idea out there. Maybe R feels you should call them.
Oh, that's very interesting. They do feel like, well, and
They're the one in charge.
Yeah, they feel like they're in charge here.
And that you radiate towards them.
They are definitely, they're definitely thinking about it. And I think that they're open to the idea. They're not closing off from this, but it's still leaning towards no. It's like maybe they have something else going on in their life right now that is taking them away from it. And that's maybe what the pressure is here. They've got a lot on their plate right now, but here's that idea, here's that opportunity, that thought about calling you, and it may or may not happen. Oh, you're welcome, January girl.
Thanks, January girl.
Appreciate that. Appreciate hearing the feedback. So, let's do the Lenormand first.
Okay, Vita.
Well, no, let's not. Let's throw more cards. I want to check this out more.
So we're going to throw another card for you or
What
two.
I want to do is just think a little bit more about R and what might be going on with them right now. All right. Shuffle carefully. No dropping cards. Sonny has just been sitting up in his tree all day. He has not come back.
Is he sleeping?
He's awake now.
Wait, jump right on me.
I know, he's kind of looking at you.
Did I look over my shoulder?
I wouldn't.
Yes.
Don't encourage
just
the
over
cat.
this way to my right, or your left on the screen, is a cat tree tower, and our wonderful cat Sunny, looking like he might jump down on me.
Okay, we have the Six of Pentacles reversed. We have the Queen of Wands reversed. It's interesting because we had the King of Wands upright, correct? And then we have the Moon reversed.
Okay, I saw what you said there about he has to make the move, and it's interesting because, of course, right after I read that, I see the Queen of Wands, and I sort of feel like, yeah, you're probably not terribly wanting to do that.
Yeah. I feel like you feel like maybe there has been some, how should I say this, inequities in this relationship or in your ability to be with this person. Like maybe that, you've done enough, you feel, and now it is up to them, because the Six of Pentacles reversed is there's not an equal give and take going on here.
In the situation that you mentioned, it almost seems like maybe their generosity or something was divided between that person and you.
Oh.
Because this sort of makes me feel that way, although that's not a specific thing about it, the Six of Pentacles reversed, but it makes me feel that way. And in fact, maybe that more likely represents that third person too, the Queen of Wands.
You saw that then. So that's really interesting.
Yeah.
That could very well be that person, that Queen of Wands.
And then we go back and forth with this, me especially more than her. I sort of feel like the Moon reverse sometimes is good or bad. Like it may talk about things revealed that were deceptions.
Well, it's interesting here now that you've given me that part of the story, because the Queen of Wands could very well be this person who's trying to manipulate somebody, who's trying to push their own agenda. The Queen and King of Wands, when they're reversed, they can be very pushy, they can be aggressive and forceful in their demeanor.
They're used to getting their own way.
They're used to getting their way.
They're a little bit spoiled.
And they seem to feel like maybe that something is lacking here. They don't feel like, and maybe that's what they're trying to do here, is to say that for you're not worthy of him, if this makes sense. You're not worth it.
Yeah.
And I think something is going to be revealed soon regarding this whole situation to you. So I wonder if you will hear something within 2 months. It was leaning towards no.
But it wasn't absolutely no.
But it wasn't absolutely no. I think maybe if you don't hear from R, you're going to hear something about the situation. I think for sure.
Some little backstory comes back to you, some gossip, something that'll give you more the idea about what that person did.
So let's check the Lenormand out on this and see if it can add anything.
So this is our final pull for you, Vita, and thanks for waiting.
And then we will move on to Seeley.
All right. And then we'll move on to 5 o'clock.
Mr. O, time has no meaning today. We're almost there.
I'm
We
thinking
cannot
about
let
dinner,
Divine You
actually.
down either, you know.
No, I know that, and I would never let Divine You down either, of course not. I love her too much. But I'm mostly thinking a little bit about dinner, maybe.
I know you are. I know, and you got things to do. All right. Very interesting card here.
We get the Moon again.
The Moon again.
Because we got the Moon in Tarot and Lenormand.
Now, they are slightly different in Lenormand.
And then the Lily. Oh, my. This is about somebody who needs to grow up, maybe.
Yes, I was just going to say that. that basically I feel that this person, R, because this was about R, really needs to mature a bit and grow up, especially in regards to, hey, just a minute.
No, you're not coming.
No, you can't go there by him. But I gotta move this because he's...
Look out.
I know, I'm just chill. Don't make me drop my computer.
Where's Angel when you need him? Yay,
okay.
kitty.
So I feel like there's, this person needs to learn to stand on their own 2 feet and make their own decisions in regard to romance, because I feel like, there's a lack of maturity here in some way.
I think you kind of nailed it without really knowing everything about R or your situation. It does sort of feel that way, that maybe they're listening more to somebody else and that they're not really understanding how they need to mature for themselves. They maybe don't even understand that. Maybe they're just sort of not really what you thought in a way. I don't know. I mean, So if you don't hear from R in 2 months, which may be likely, I think you're going to find out something about the situation. You're welcome. So that's what I think. Yeah, I still feel that way too, that one way or the other you will at least find out more because of the revelation. Good luck with that. Good luck. Wish you the best. And thanks for stopping in and waiting for us. All right, Sile, you are up. Mr. O's going to grab a deck. Did Sile give us a question earlier? I believe they did, but I don't know if I remember it. A Solhat career. Sile, are you still with us? Let me go back to the top because I think it would have been up there. Mm-hmm. Here it is. Got it? What type of men do I attract? Does Mr. Tom M like me? Okay. Does who? Mr. Tom M. Okay. We'll just go with that. What kind of men and then that? Let's do that first. Okay. Do we want to do a yes, no for that and then do a 3-card for the other? Yeah. Okay. So we're going to do Mr. Tom. As a yes, no. And of course, you're welcome, Vita. Uh-oh. Can't shuffle this deck for some reason. It's a little wide, too. Well, I think it's because he's here. Thick. It's messing with me. Sonny is back. I knew the way he was looking, he was going to come back. I knew it. He's probably saying, yeah, you guys are taking too long today. All right, here we go. Okay, Sile, let's see what this yes, no is going to say. You want me to count him or you? I'm going to count him. All right. If you must. Okay, and after Sile's Divine You, and we will be done. Well, it's leaning towards yes. Yeah, it's leaning towards yes. It's not an absolute yes. It's leaning towards yes. And you have the Queen of Swords. And that could suggest to me that it's up. Did she cut off someone's head, that Queen of Swords? Yeah, she did. Oh, dear. She did. Okay. But so that further enhances what I'm going to say, which is that it sort of seems like it really would be up to you to decide what you want to do with that. Maybe, or I'm thinking that maybe this person is thinking about you. This person is deciding what they want to do. I feel that maybe the decision still rests with them, but also that they think highly of you.
I feel that they think very highly of you, and that's why it's leaning towards yes.
Right. It's not only like you have a head on your shoulders, but you have another one handy.
Well,
No.
oh, I wouldn't have said that. But that's very
At hand?
positive. So now what was the other question? What kind of men?
What kind of men are attracted to you?
I have an idea for that one.
Okay.
So shuffle first.
All right.
This may take a little doing. Stay right there, Sonny. Oh, look at him. So adorable. Is it time for a Sunny cam? All right. So I'm going to cut them. I'm going to need to let you pick them up, but I want to do the cards. So go ahead. All right. It's going to take a minute. Is that the page or the knight?
That would be the Knight.
It is the knight, then I want it.
Okay. So we have the Knight of Cups. We have the Page of Swords, Princess of Swords. And we have the Magnus. Now, the latter two cards are reversed. The Magnus is the Magician. That's reversed. Also, that Page of Swords is reversed.
So what I think here is the type of person that you can attract are people that are very romantically inclined. You could attract people who have a lot of the element of water influence in them, meaning they're very emotional. But sometimes that's a good thing and sometimes that's a bad thing because, you might attract people who are emotionally a little bit, I'm not going to say unstable, but that they can change their minds a lot. They can change their feelings a lot about you. They're people who are not necessarily.
I'm going to say that it feels a little bit more like some level of maturity questions there too. That
Well,
maybe
I got that from this, and I was going to go there.
But I sort of feel this one says that they may be given to tacky behavior or non-diplomatic means of resolving problems or situations. I don't feel they're a bad person. I do feel that romantic thing there too, but maybe they're just a little bit dancing to their own beat in a way.
So I am not sure if this is indicating that younger people than you, people who are younger than you, are attracted to you as a possibility, or this idea that maybe it's just people who need to grow up a little bit more. There's a lack of maturity. Maybe they are still studying or in school or learning about life even. They just seem to have...
It's yours.
Yeah, it's yours right now. Sorry, Sile, we've been reading yours right now. We did 2 for you. So we did a quick yes-no reading, and now we're doing the second part of that. So
Mr. Tum probably does like you.
Right, that was the first reading. But I will say that the kind of people you might be attracting right now, maybe need a little bit more maturing, or they might be studying. They may not be set in their position in life yet. They may be very, very emotional. They may also have their mind, their emotions may shift a lot. And that may be because of the lack of maturity,
Well, I also get the feeling, too, like maybe there's a recklessness about some of the personalities that could be attracted to you. I don't know if they see that in you or if they just possibly see somebody that is maybe just a little bit opposite of them. So like they're drawn to opposite qualities in you. They feel maybe they're a little bit more reckless, or they're a little less heeding of possible mistakes they can make. They're sort of a devil may care attitude. Maybe they're attracted to you because you don't seem that way to them.
And it might be people who are looking towards you for, I don't want to say for financial support, but just as somebody that really they can learn from. Maybe they look up to you in some way. There are people who see something there that they should aspire towards.
Well, if these aspects of personality relate to you, then maybe, right, they're attracted to you because you seem more like them. But I don't want to say that you're necessarily foolhardy or immature. I'm just sort of feeling those are more about that other person.
Right. I don't want to confuse things here. I thought the questions were basically, first off, did that person like you? And we did that question. And then the other part was, what type of person is attracted to you? So this is really about the type of person that's attracted to you.
Okay, so now I'm going to pull the Lenormands just to see as a follow-up.
I think it's a general for the whole. Let's see what we get here.
Oh.
You didn't take it from the bottom. I noticed that.
Sorry. I always do, though. I always do. Okay, so the book of Shadows, the Raven is the stork?
The Raven is the stork. So what does this mean?
Well, it may be that new things will come to you that you don't realize, but you will learn them. In other words, maybe other potential romantic prospects or people who might be attracted to you may come to you, but you don't know it yet. It's something you will find out. Like maybe you're going to find out that there are more people attracted to you or interested in you than you realize.
I think maybe what you're going to realize is that you're going to discover that you need a change, a radical change of some sort, in your relationships with others or who you choose to have a relationship with. I think right now may be a period of exploration for you, that maybe this is not a time to settle on just one person right now, that this is more a time of exploring the field.
Right, because it's similar to what I said about finding out more.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering if maybe new opportunities will come to you and you'll be able to explore those.
That's what I think. So go ahead and rewind back and look at all of your reading and see if it makes sense to you. We hope it helps somewhat, Sile. Thanks for hanging in there with us.
Thanks, Sile.
And Divine You, finally. Finally, we have gotten to your reading. I don't know. Did you actually put a question out there? Let's see what it was. Oh, is it general? Was it? No, that was Dr.
No, it was about
V.
their one of her sons.
Oh. I just have...
Last night, me and older son had many wives. I want to try. I think I will go with past life reading. So she wants a past life reading.
Oh, the past life reading. Awesome. Okay.
And, hi. Bye, Sonny. Thanks. And,
hey, Divine, you are here. Okay. We're going to do that past life reading for you. It came out very interesting for Jenna.
And Prabha, we actually can't do your reading today. We're sorry, but
we are so into overtime.
We're nearly an
now.
hour in overtime, and we just can't take anybody else.
Yeah.
We are on again Thursday, so maybe you can join us then, 7 to 9 p.m.
Or do come earlier on a Sunday. We start at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're only supposed to go 2 hours, but we're going a third hour right now, so we're sorry we can't get to you today. Is it my deck? No.
Yes.
I thought
I did the Millennium Thought.
Yeah, you did. Okay. Oh, thank goodness.
Okay.
I've got room to shuffle.
I'm just going to take the head off. Nobody's here, and it doesn't matter if my hair's all flat looking. flat and
Well,
frumpy.
your hat was charming, Mr. O. People commented on it.
Is that true?
Uh-oh.
The lesser of two evils is still evil.
So you're evil with your hat on or your hat off? That makes sense.
But you know what I always heard was, you have to have the head to wear the hat.
Is that why hats keep slipping off my head?
Pumpkin head.
I just have slippery hair.
My
I
cute
think.
little name for her is Pumpkin Head. But you're never going to know why, because she won't let me show you the picture that reveals the truth.
I have shown that picture before.
Okay.
And that picture is not... I guess I did move it, didn't I? I moved those.
Yes, you hid it from me.
Never find it again.
Okay, here's your past life reading.
All right. Interesting that came up again.
Oh, yeah.
But I may take a different approach this time. All right. So, first card pulled is the Seven of Pentacles upright. The Ace of Wands upright. And then the Six of Wands reversed. So, the first card is some general information about this past life. And what I would say, as similar to what I've said in Jenna's reading, because Jenna had this in her past life reading, I will say that generally in your life, you had learned a lot about right timing, everything in its proper moment. You seem to have a knack for that in this life, to be able to start something at the appropriate time. What were the major challenges you faced? I think that, once you've gotten something started, it was about the follow through. Were you able to follow through and complete, or to carry this forward into success? I think you would always start off successfully, but what happened after that might be the question here. And so what karmic lessons have you learned from this life?
That sometimes success is elusive, and that sometimes maybe you can do literally everything, but success may be depreciated, may not be exactly what you want. It may not be a bitter loss, but it may just not be the ebullient pleasure that you wanted it to be.
I should have let you talk on those. So what do you think about the general information on the past life?
I feel that, once again, that possibly shows the idea that maybe you were connected to the land as well, that maybe you owned land, and maybe you had a means of production for yourself. So I feel like you were connected to the land. And once again, I think this is a particular past life that is not in more recent history. It's more remote. It's several hundred years or more ago. The challenges, I guess, you always really were wanting to start new things. And because it's really talking about that beginning, it does sort of add a little bit of dubiousness over whether or not all those things were successful. They started off successfully, but it may be that some things just didn't work out exactly the way you want.
You
and
didn't
that's where
reach
karmic...
the finish line. You
Yeah.
didn't finish it off. Things maybe were left incomplete or undone that led to failure. And so I think ultimately you learned the value of, you've learned from this the importance of stick-to-itiveness. That, in order to win, you have to be in it to win it. You have to be committed from start to finish. And you have to also recognize the role, maybe you've recognized the role sometimes that fate plays in things like this. I'll tell you, okay, so here's how I do this reading, Divine You. So basically, we had positions here. The first card was basically about, I have to get my thing up here, sorry. General information about the life, what challenges you faced, and what was the karmic lesson. But then, to give you a little bit more information about what this life might have been for you, I look at the cards in total. And what I see here, I feel like there is a connection to the land here, but unlike Jenna, I don't feel like you were farming the land. I think you may have been building on the land. I feel with this ace here that you were a builder. You might have built properties. You might have sold land. I feel like you were involved with the land in that way. And that there was a lot of times fate played a role into what happened to you here, because maybe some projects failed because the land wasn't suitable for what you were building on. And I do feel that this happened long ago, when people maybe did not understand the role that nature played with some of this stuff, or that, that the, like for example, that climate could play even on things. And I feel here that maybe some projects, due to money or the fact that people would change their minds or plans on things would fall through. And so you learned about what the value was of trying to complete things and make it to the finish line. And also that, you have to be able to roll with the punches here. If there is a failure because of fate, or somebody else, who has backed out on a deal with you or something like that, you had to learn how to roll with it.
I see what you're saying there, Divine, and I'm actually wondering if we're sort of feeling this more from that past life, that there was something with lands, and it glimmered to me in a way that maybe it wasn't exactly just about the building of new things on lands, but
I thought it could be selling land.
But I also feel it could have been about refurbishing or reconstructing previous things, like maybe you were somebody, and so I'm thinking this is why it's about antiquity in a way too, or about ancient times, like maybe you were a person who was hired to repair or refortify other structures that had been around for a while. So a village church or temple that maybe had been around a long time needed to have some work. I'm not saying you didn't do original work too, but I get the feeling like something here connotes repair too.
And I also think here in this life, Divine, you that, you were certainly somebody who, if something didn't work out, you started all over again. You were somebody who was able to do that. And so I feel, too, the message here from this may have been that, failure is not just about failure. It's about picking up the pieces and where you go with it after that failure. You learned from loss. You learned from defeat, and you were able to restart over again.
I get an additional glimmer that maybe that son you mentioned might have been in that past life too. I don't necessarily know that they were.
I don't see it here, but
I'm just feeling it psychically that maybe they were related to you, and that maybe there was a partnership between what you're saying and what you did. Like maybe that's why there's a connection there.
Well, let's see if something comes up in the Lenormand.
Alrighty.
So this is a shorter version of one of our, our past life readings. We'll be doing a pop-up sometime. It's getting a little dicey when that's going to be. This week's really busy for us, but we're going to try to get to it. Let's throw this Lenormand and see if we can get a little more detail. Maybe your son was in this life. First card I got was the Lily. And then I have the Child. So, barring even your child aside, let me just say that I feel like in this lifetime, you took it step by step, stage by stage approach to this. And with every failure you had, you grew just a little bit more. Your processes matured, the way you did things matured. And that's why I really feel here you learned from failure.
It suggests to me that there was really a very systematic approach about how you did whatever that was you were doing. And I actually wonder now if maybe this is something that has been recurrent across a number of your lives, possibly your son's life too, and that maybe you keep coming back because maybe there is some other issue there that is like the karmic thing that is not quite resolved, or that keeps you two dancing around in that manner. I'm not exactly sure what that could be. It might have to be with about really expressing the true will of what it is you're trying to build, or what it is you're trying to build with him.
And failure, failure is so misunderstood. Is failure failure? Failure to me means that you tried to do something. And in most cases, when we try to do something, we're putting our best foot out there, especially in this case where it seems like there was a competition or a conflict, there was a victory over opponents. And, when it doesn't happen, when you don't win, you have learned some valuable lessons. You've learned your limitations. You've learned what your strengths are and what your weaknesses are, and you can only grow from that. So I feel like that's why I say, you've really, in this lifetime, you've learned that lesson that, failure is not to be looked upon badly. It's looked upon as to be the learning and the growthful experience that it is. That's what we have for you, Divine.
Good luck.
Glad you stuck with us because we've been here.
I'm very glad I was able to do this reading for you.
So good luck with that. And we are closing the show. Thanks everybody for coming, even the latecomers. We really enjoyed reading for everyone today. Mr. O is getting hungry and he's got a meeting to attend tonight. So we're going to sign off, and I hope everybody has a great week ahead and joins us at one of our next live streams. Take care, everybody. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.